This isn't a hot take. It's just a regular take. But I just can't wait for in 40 years for a study comes out on water. And this whole time, that just wasn't healthy for us. That day is coming. That day is coming. You can't trust nothing. You cannot trust nothing.
All that water you was drinking, it wasn't good for you.
It wasn't, and it came out. You know they did that with the Got Milk campaign. You remember all those posters that we had in school growing up with all the athletes, and it comes out that I guess cow milk, isn't healthy. And I guess
that shit is terrible for you. Oh my goodness!
And I was because you like
water. Like I was drinking it like it was water.
You get taller. You get taller. That was
the biggest gimmick in the world.
Not bigger than tobacco, but it was up there.
Yeah, definitely not bigger than tobacco. Tobacco was crazy. No, it was bigger than tobacco because tobacco is babies. But true. Tobacco, like it's on the back of the package. You smoke this, you might be smoking yourself into a casket.
Yeah, but they didn't put that on there to like 50, 60, 70. Maybe not even in, but they just start putting that on there probably in the last half a century. If that.
Yeah, in America, Mars, they told us you drink milk, your bones are going to be strong, you're going to grow tall.
Be dense.
And I was drinking it like it was water because I thought that I was going to grow to 7 feet if I kept drinking milk.
Humans are only made to eat plants, I guess.
You can't grow it.
If you can't grow it, don't. I was in Spain a week and a half ago, and they had pigeon on the menu. And like for us, like that's crazy, but for them, like that's a part of their culture, I guess.
Did you have some?
I didn't, but it wasn't because I was scared. It was like one of those weird, like super expensive, but they give you small portion type restaurants. I went on a dinner date with my wife, and I seen pigeon, but the stigma, it had me scared, and I'm already skeptical about a lot of things. I'm sure it's different. It might be tasty.
I have no plan of eating a pigeon.
Pigeon is crazy. I mean, it's crazy to us. I don't know. To other cultures, that might be lit.
Anybody in the chat, is pigeon normal for you? And have you ever had pigeon?
Right, someone say it tastes like chicken. I guarantee it.
I'm sure because
everything kind of tastes like chicken if you are already privy to it. Like if somebody puts that information on you, like with mushrooms, like because a lot of plant-based chefs or they say like I'm making it without meat and I'm putting mushroom in it and it tastes like chicken, and then when you bite into it you be like, dang, this kind of do taste like chicken a little bit. That's what everything though. Mental conditioning. Speaking of mental conditioning, chill, my bad. What was you gonna say?
It's interesting you bring up food because like I was working out a lot and I just wasn't feeling good. I was trying to figure out why, and I did exactly what you just got finished talking about. I took milk, eggs, butter, all the dairy. I took all of that out of my diet, meat, and I went strictly plant-based. And I'm eating wheat rice, I'm eating wheat pasta, I'm eating just vegetables and things like that. And like Mars, I'm drinking more water, but cranberry juice. Whatever they put in crack, that's what's in Gatorade. I'm sure of that. I'm not on the fence about that. I'm certain of that. Whatever's in crack is in Gatorade.
Ingredients.
And that's another one too. Like if you do your research, Gatorade's not really all that good for you.
It can't be.
Nothing is good for you. Nothing is good for you.
Even though I was feeling better, I just like the Gatorade. It's like this can't be good for me, but I can't stop.
We can't even. Gatorade is banned, and I don't know if all of Europe, but for sure in Greece, you cannot. There's no Gatorade here. They have Powerade, but due to certain ingredients.
That's because that one ingredient that makes the food coloring stick to all the molecules of the fluids, and so that stuff is
I'm not even gonna guess that ingredient.
That sounds terrible.
Because the way they make it without that, then all the food coloring just drops to the bottom, and so it'd be like.
Why does my Gatorade need to be colored though?
That's
for branding. Branding,
and it's more attractive. Yeah, it's more attractive.
Branding. Okay.
Blue, green, yellow.
But chill. But to your point though, plant-based, undoubtedly, you feel better. You feel it's not even close. I mean, anytime you decide to do something healthy, it sucks like the first week, 10 days, month, and then after that, it's just normal.
Yo, that first 2 weeks is hell.
It is. I just had a rough week, bro. I just had a rough week, all water and salads, bro. That shit was rough. But I lost 12 pounds though.
Did you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Lost 12. But I'm down here in Mexico eating tacos. So.
Yo, that's the sad part. Hey, go through hell to lose 12. Go through heaven to gain 24.
Nah, I'll be right back at it when I get home. As soon as I get home, I'm back at it. Can I say something real quick though, y'all? Chill, you talked me off the ledge the other day. But man, free DeMontis. Please free DeMontis. Oh my God, free DeMontis.
I'm just about to say that. Since we on the subject of losing, since Indiana has lost Tyrese Halliburton, I think they like 7 or 8 games over 500 since they lost him. Ron, and you telling us how bad that roster was? Meanwhile, they rolling without him in the line.
What type of games they playing, though, Chill? Like, we got to put it all in perspective. Are they playing above 500 teams, mid 500?
They just smoked. They just beat Sacramento yesterday. They just beat Sacramento yesterday.
In fact, they handled
Sacramento. They handled them. Yes, they did.
Yo, because Mike Brown got to play my former teammate Vizinkov.
Facts.
Yo, why Kevin Durant get up there and pronounce his name like that? What is wrong with us Americans? We just don't care.
Wait, hold on.
Don't care.
How did he say it? How did he say it? I didn't hear him.
But that was one of the worst. That was one of the worst name pronunciations. I don't even want to get his pronunciation wrong by just saying something random. But if you got a minute, just go check out that clip. I don't know where you found it. I seen it on IG because my algorithm is like that. But it was bad though. And somebody in the chat said Vizinkov can't play defense. I got an update for you, buddy. The way he can shoot, it doesn't matter.
But now it's
90% of the league.
He was competing on the defensive end, getting his hands.
He's a highly intelligent defensive player. Now his body can't move like us athletes from the States, of course, but there's always quick fixes for that. You got to come guard me too. But if I'm not in crunch time to light you up, then it's tough. And a player like that with a lead going into the fourth, he's gonna hit 10 more.
And on top of that, when
he's a comfort player,
right?
Yeah, he's and that's how we were able to make it to the EuroLeague championship last year, because we would be smoking cats by 15, making it out of the first quarter. We'd be at 15-20. By the time he get back in the game, it's like we're up 15-20. All right, here go 3 more. Put it on your head. Now I'm EuroLeague MVP.
That ugly ass jump shot is water.
And the way he stretches,
that big eyes.
And the craziest part, because I got there, the first year I got there, he was there, but he was only averaging like 12. It was me, him, and another guy, Kostas Slukas. We was all averaging around 12 points. We was the 3 leading scorers. And COVID happened. And when I tell you he was in the gym every single day with our not conditioning coach, but like our skills coach. He's just there for workouts. And like, man, he came back that next year just with a load of confidence, and it was over. And it was literally just that. I'm in the gym more than you guys, and I know I'm in the gym more than you guys.
Yo, Shaq, I know you brought up him, Kostas Slukas, and yourself. I'm not feeling you not bringing up my man.
Who's that?
Ron, what's his name? The big fella. Strip off him.
Who, Moose? Oh, or Hans?
No, not obviously him, but the one from over there.
Papa Nicolau?
Come on, man.
He was injured that first year.
Not Papa Nicolau, the big dude, the older dude I guess he just retired.
Oh.
You know what I'm talking about.
He's not talking about Shaq. Oh my God. Legend.
Yorgos?
You're a legend over there.
Yeah, love it. Love it.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, he was a 2K guy. They was all 2K guys when you switched over to when 2K had the EuroLeague teams. They was all 2K guys.
Shaq, I don't think nobody knows about that, but me, you, and BP.
A lot of people played. A lot of people played with EuroLeague players. I mean, EuroLeague teams when that was a thing.
Yeah,
I wouldn't say a lot, but like it was like one of the teams that you could cop. So I know people were privy to it.
They might have been privy to it, but I don't think it like everything came full
circle. Ron, we knew nothing about the EuroLeague, and I was like, "Yo, I'm about to grab this team from overseas and clap you." Yeah, I just stumbled around. I stumbled up onto the right thing.
I hope BP is watching this too, because he needs to know how y'all was moving the sliders up on him.
That was Ron.
Yo, I know nothing.
Ron was moving the sliders up on me.
I know nothing. Okay,
regular.
I don't even know. I don't even know who Ron is. Whoever this Ron guy is, y'all shouldn't be playing video games.
I was so happy when they took sliders out. I stopped playing. I was so happy I retired. The year they took sliders out, I just magically retired. Like, you know what? This 2K is not for me.
Jack, how do we get that stigma, that Euro stigma of, you soft and they don't play defense? How do we get that Euro stigma off the Euro, even today? Because it's still on the Euro today, coming into the NBA still. And then I'm even guilty of it from time to time, where I still have that mentality. Well, he is a Euro, and he's got to prove to me that he ain't soft. Because I've seen Euros like Dirk Nowitzki, like Luka, guys like that, who they come into the league, and I don't really know much about them. And then immediately I'm convinced, okay, this dude isn't soft. But how do these dudes get that stigma off of them?
It's impossible. That's going to be on there until, you got guys like Jokic, but all right, I won't say it's impossible. Probably another 15 to 20 years when it's enough Euros over here to show y'all that we not soft. Everybody still think that black people love chicken, which we do, but it's a lot of black people that don't eat chicken. But that stigma and it's other stereotypes that's always going to be there. And I don't think you necessarily have to, because I think these guys like coming over there underestimated, because it gives them that edge. Like, even when they playing against Americans over here in the EuroLeague, it used to be a time where we'd look at them and be like, we finna cook y'all. It's not even close to that anymore. In fact, they looking at us like, oh, you from the States, you don't know how to play ball. We finna cook you. You won't last that long over here. Wow. So it's kind of, but you're talking about two different styles of play. But Sasha, for the Kings, that play translates universally. I don't see how you paid the man 3 years, if I'm not mistaken, 20 mil. 3 year, 20 M's. And my team was prepared to offer something like that, like after taxes, all of that stuff, to where he would be paid, similar. And he's treated like a king over here throughout all of Europe, a god. And he still decided he was up for the challenge. So if you got somebody like that saying, yo, I want to hoop, I want to be there. And I talk to him, and we have discussions, periodically. I know things, but I'm not going to say it, but it's just one of those tough situations. It really is. But I always tell him, yo, keep going, because I know there's a team that'll trade for you easily. I know there's a team in the league that'll trade for you. What's good, Dale?
He was playing great for us at the beginning of the season too. I don't know what's going on.
Hello, Shaquille. Plus, when you got a shooter, what up, Dale? When you got a shooter like that, what he reminds me of is how Cleveland wasn't using Kyle Korver. Check. When you got a shooter like that, he shoots the basketball. Does he defend at a great level? Probably not, but he can defend, right? But when he comes in the game, you know exactly what he's here for. So immediately, what are we doing? Run something for him. Don't have him just out there with De'Aaron Fox or with Sabonis. No, immediately run something for him. Get him going. Because if he's going to be out here, why is he here? He's here to shoot the basketball. Get him involved, and get him involved immediately. That's what shooters do.
Chill. I'm not paying nobody and not playing them. From my perspective, I know the NBA has a lot of bread, but just if you come into work for me and I'm not going to utilize you, then why did I bring you over here? Because Mike Brown, you came over to the playoffs and you was sitting courtside at our playoff games, and they putting you on the screen and you getting ovations and all of this stuff, and then you pull this stunt. And I know that was a play by the presidents and maybe Vladi or whoever it may be, to be like, no, we really need this guy and we're trying to prove a point. But honestly, it looks like to me that I'm not going.
Vladi's gone though, Chuck. We got Monty McNair over there for the past
my bad.
But the
sure Vladi gone? Yeah, is he back around?
Y'all
like the last week, y'all
I didn't know that's my fault.
But we was playing him a lot.
Wait, so who's there now? Who's there now?
Monty McNair.
Okay. Do we know his background? I'm being serious.
I don't. I just know. I didn't know about him until he came and worked for us. But the thing about it though is it's a lot of season left. You know what I'm saying? He'll get back. He'll be back.
But that be the thing, like with everybody, like even guys over here in the EuroLeague, guys that play on my team, or just universally, like you just never know what can happen, and then you're just thrusted into a situation, and it's one of those situations you're comfortable with because it's like you have to play me now. So now my mentality is different. Now all of those intangibles, all of those things that don't show up on the stat sheet, that don't show up in the 2K ratings, like heart, and I know people don't believe in heart, it's like everything gets colder. Now I feel like I'm him because you have to play me. My confidence is through the roof. I don't know if confidence is a stat, but they say heart's not a stat, but then they claim confidence.
It's definitely a thing.
We can't say that confidence is a real thing but then having heart. And I guess they tie in and coincide, but that's just really how hoopers think. Like, we believe in heart. Like, that's how we categorize if somebody's soft or not amongst hoopers.
They don't rate conscience either. You know what I'm saying? You gotta leave your conscience on the pillow, man.
Yeah.
Hey, chill.
That comment you put was funny.
One thing that you kind of alluded to earlier, you was like, is the stigma of Euros coming over ever going to be soft, or being soft? Is that ever going to go away? My thing is, like, first off, Euros are running the NBA right now. Let's just make this understood, and I want everybody to know this. Euros are running. Foreign players are running the NBA right now, from Canadians to everybody overseas.
The best American player in the game today is Jason Tatum. That's the best American player in the game.
We're not gonna do this while I'm here.
No, I honestly feel more comfortable raising my son in Europe and having him work out and train and play over here than I do.
I agree with you, but I don't think Tatum is the best American player in the NBA.
I do.
Yeah. Who's your top 3 American players, Dale?
Oh, hey, Mars. I'm still very big on LeBron James right now, to be honest. I don't think Tatum is playing better than Anthony Davis. I'll take Anthony Davis over Tatum
right now in this recent stretch.
And I still take Kevin Durant over Tatum. And also Devin Booker and Stephen Curry. All those I'm taking them over Tatum right now. And I'm a Tatum guy. So
give me Kawhi. Give me Kawhi too.
Yeah, I'm still taking Kevin Durant over Tatum. Yes.
Wait, Mars, has Tatum's numbers ticked like down in the past like 2 weeks or something? No. Like since the new year, maybe?
Nope. He's still averaging 20. I mean, I just almost 28 a game. From last year, he was averaging 30 a game. I think this year he's averaging around 28 a game. And in the last week or so, I think it's still around 28 a game that he's averaging.
And in January, he's averaging 28. Yeah, hasn't. He's actually shooting damn near 50% from 3. Nice.
So they still rolling, and the Celtics are undefeated at home, and he's got a lot to do with that.
He does,
and he's still not better than KD, Kawhi, or Steph Curry. So that's tough.
Still to this day.
Yep.
I wasn't we just saying D Book was like a top 10 player like for the last 3 years?
Yes, we were. I know. I was saying
that's the right person.
Are we gonna? I'm trying to think that Mars.
I was saying it.
Mars, I'm just saying the narrative around the league.
Yeah.
It's just so wishy-washy, man. So wishy-washy.
In terms of what? Are you saying like he is now or he isn't? Or
I mean, just because he has a better team, all of a sudden his impact in our minds is less. Same with Anthony Edwards. Just because he isn't the only guy there, the main guy there, and he has to utilize the pieces on his team, we don't put him in a Tatum conversation. I guess we know what I was trying to get back to. I'm picking up where I left off.
That's a good point though with Edwards, Shaq. I don't know where you pulled that one from. That was pretty good though.
No, because I'm just shocked that people don't think that Anthony Edwards is like him, especially right now. Like swag, aura, buckets, everything.
No, this one right here. That's Anthony Edwards' cousin. He hates.
Anthony Edwards is not him.
He thinks
this dude don't even know how to slip a screen. How you gonna know how Anthony Edwards is him? This dude right here. Do you even know how to slip a screen? Are you serious? Have you ever even watched Anthony Edwards? You even know what you're looking for when you watch Anthony Edwards? Do you even know what you're looking for when you watch him? What are you talking about that he's not him? When you say that he's not him, what are you looking at when you say he's not him?
That's my cousin.
So you're just kidding. So you're just kidding when you say that.
Kind of like I used to do with Shaq. Like
he's not him.
Right, I can get with that. All right, I used to do the same thing with Shaq.
Nah, they're not real cousins. You and Shaq real cousins.
He's my cousin.
They're not real cousins. You and Shaq.
But they known each other growing up.
Yeah, no. People think he looked like him. He called him his cousin. That's what he did.
Okay.
Claiming fake relation is crazy.
I thought Dale with you. I never know. I thought it was his cousin.
But I'm still trying to. I'm still trying to make sense of. So when we talk about these guys getting ranked where they are in today's game, what goes into that? Because again, I care about what you did prior to this. It's not just okay. What are you today? Because I watched Latrell Sprewell become first team All NBA 1 year. Just so you guys know, he never made the All NBA team after that. He was first team All NBA in 1994. We was not talking about him like we was talking about Jordan. No, we were not.
Yeah, I got you. First off, Tatum and Edwards were never that far apart from the beginning, from jump shot.
Shaq, slow down.
Let me finish. because what we're doing is I know Mars, you got basketball reference probably queued up. I'm not. Mars is not the basketball reference guy anymore. I've been gone that long.
Talk him off the ledge right now.
Hold on. Let me try to wiggle out of this. Pause. I'm trying to moonwalk out of this.
They'll try to talk him off the ledge.
I would chill if I have to, but I don't think so. Please. I'm talking about talent-wise. And from year to year, we always knew Tatum was that guy who always had better vets, better teammates, a better coaching stability than Anthony Edwards ever had. He always had the spotlight. I'm not saying that Tatum didn't put in the work, but Edwards' jump from year to year exponentially has been insane, all the way up to first in the West. And I'm not saying Tatum didn't do that because he also did that with the Celtics, but he's had godly teams.
With that being said, Shaq, you are.
I guess Ant does too this year, though.
With that being said, Shaq, you are on record. You would never. It took you a long time to get on the Jason Tatum train. You were not on it. You watched the train go by in the station like 6 or 7 times before you actually got on the train.
I was the guy at the end trying to switch the tracks for you guys.
Yes, right. You didn't even like go sit down on the train, Shaq. You actually stayed at the door. So as soon as the door opened, you was ready to get off. But now you on the Jason Tatum train. With that being said, Jason Tatum has improved every year. Sure, he has. Now, it may look like with Anthony Edwards as the athlete that he is from the eye test that there looks like
we have to factor that in because we do with a lot of players.
Absolutely.
That's why
from the eye test. Sure. From the eye test.
The eye test is huge.
Yes. From the eye test and the athlete that Anthony Edwards is, I'm on record saying I think he's going to be the league MVP someday. I do. I believe that. I believe that he's going to be the league MVP.
Let me ask you a question. One thing you just said about the Edwards little thing, did you say like the spotlight was always been on Tatum?
Yeah, it's always been on Tatum. The narrative
spotlight was on Tatum more so him being the 3rd pick than Edwards being the 1st pick in Minnesota. What do you mean when you say spotlight?
I think the situation, the benefactors that he's had around him, like how good he got in the roster that was built around him. It was like this kid is like that, and he has these pieces.
Like this team should be like that. Pieces and Edwards came in with Dirk,
with just scraps, and he's made the best of it. He had to wait. Like he hasn't like I know other guys probably look at it like Trae Young probably looks at him like, yo, like if I had that same team, I would be doing X, Y, and Z. But I doubt it. Like just because Anthony Edwards, like his game isn't predicated around shooting the long ball, and he can still shoot. And that's what's so dangerous around him. You got the athleticism. He has the body movements, the way he can move with the ball, not even like queuing up that off the backboard, but yo, that's generational what we just seen. Like, not too many players in the league have done that in a game, and it meant something. And that, to me, that was one of those moments. Like, just to have your scrotum hang that low, he's literally here from his commercials to him coming out talking jazz with the branding on his shoes. Everything about Anthony Edwards, and not to say he's been in a lot of hot water for things that he said off the court that was detrimental to certain groups. And do you know how fast Adam Silver scrubbed that from our memories? Mm-hmm. It's like it never happened. Why? Because he's looking at the same thing I'm looking at. And Ja catapulted Ant straight into the spotlight. It's not even Ant and Ja are not too different in my mind for their mentalities off the court. And I want to be careful with the way that I say that.
Shaq.
Ant, yeah.
Can we cut the crap?
What crap are we cutting? Keep going, Shaq.
Just because he got a Gatorade commercial, he's him?
Keep going, Shaq.
I've been telling y'all he was him from a while now. I just had that feeling like, yo, boy is cold-blooded. He was cold-blooded in college, and he came into the league, and he really does not care what any of us think about him. He's out there to hoop and prove all of us wrong, and he's going to do it. Now with Ja, like I was saying, off the court mentalities, I don't think there's too far apart. Now I don't want to judge Ant's character, but just based off of what I see on social media, they're both active. They're both lit African-American, famous, super rich young men that act similar on social media. And Ja just takes it one way and Ant takes it the opposite. He got a good head on his shoulder. He got a good team around him. And that's all that I'm saying. Everything is lining up for Ja. And I'm not saying which route is wrong and which one is right. But I'm choosing. If you put an NBA player up next to Ja, up to Anthony Edwards, you can name a few right now, and I'm probably taking Ant.
So Ant over Tatum is what you're saying. You said that to say that.
Me personally, I'm taking right now at this stage, yes, not based off of everything Chill's saying, because everything Chill's saying about the past and the playoffs, Tatum is proven to a certain extent that Ant's not. I'm not going to take that away from Tatum. But when I'm looking at the two, it's like if Dale's going to take Carmelo Anthony or LeBron James when they're both coming up in their first 3 to 5 years, I'm sure that Dale maybe will take Carmelo just based off of what he feels he can do for his squad.
And don't say maybe.
Dale would be right. Dale would be right.
Try to ease that in there, Dale.
Yeah, I told him that.
Yeah, but boo,
Dale would be right. Dale would be right to take him over.
You say that he'll be right.
You don't like
history proves.
I like Ant. He's grown on me a lot, especially this last year. But I just think like.
Ron, you're the same one that.
How do you feel about
no, Dale. Rewind. Ron, you're the same dude that told us just a month ago that Tyrese Halliburton is a top 3-point guard in the NBA. You just told us that 3 months ago over what you just seen for 6 weeks, maybe a little bit over a year. Meanwhile,
he probably did this last year.
No. Meanwhile, Shaq just said that Anthony Edwards, from what he's done over the last year or so or two, is ahead of Jason Tatum because of the eye test.
He's not ahead of him. Chill. He's not ahead of him. He's just my preference.
Right.
If you had to build my team around.
I can get with that.
If you had to choose between the two of them. So, Ron, why is your face scrunched up when you got Halliburton as a top 3 guard in the game, as a top 3-point guard in the game today?
First off, what Halliburton and Ant do is 2 completely different things. Completely different things. It's like, so Halliburton averaging 10 assists and playing in the fashion he plays in, it's 2 to maybe 3 guys. Fashion. It's 2 to maybe 3 guys that can do what he does in the league. But the equivalent of averaging 10 assists.
Wait. What are those guys? Who are those guys? Guys that can go to the same round in the playoffs or take their team so far and then fall off of have insane numbers? Because I'm with you, Ron. If you're taking that angle of we can compare Halliburton to Luka to a certain extent, of course we can't really do that. But there's argument.
Please, thank you. Let's not do that. And to the dude in the chat that said I was comparing him to Luka, if you're going to talk about it, let's be honest. What I said was in the next 2 years, we're going to have a conversation about him being the best league guard in the game. That's what I said.
Okay. And chill. Now let's take that. Let's say his new numbers increase. How much more could they increase? Because I mean, the amount of assists that he's putting up, we have to start contributing to something because those are points on the board. And I hate when people go to, oh, this guy averages 30 and 2. If I average 20 and 10 and I'm producing the same amount of production on offense, I feel like I should be in the same category as you for MVP. I don't care. If I'm as a conglomerate of stats, if I'm putting up 20 and 12, if that's accounting for what 40 to 50 points a game and you're putting up 30 and 2, I feel like I'm better than you, especially if my team is doing better than you. And that's my argument with Ant. And I don't know. I just feel like we have to start considering intangibles, but I know we never will. We never will. It's okay.
Well, first of all, like you just said, Ron, they do 2 different things, but I think their impact on the game is really similar. Everything that Anthony Edwards does impacts Minnesota's winning, just like what Tyrese Halliburton does to impact winning. With that being said, that matters. So if all 20 and 10s are not the same, just because I'm averaging 20 and 10 and you averaging 20 and 10, Shaq, your 20 and 10 may impact your unit winning, even if your unit ain't that good and my unit is better. Yours might impact it more. So I'd have to say that 20 and 10 may be better than my 20 and 10 because there's a such thing as an empty 20 and 10. I've seen it before. I've absolutely seen it before. I don't want to talk about it.
We live in that reality. That's the only reality. That's been the narrative being pushed from the NBA. That's why the NBA is the NBA. That's how you market. That's how you brand. Like the young guy down for the Magic, the Rook. Well, not a rookie anymore. Second year. Yeah, Banchero. That I've never seen something pushed in my face. Pause. So aggressively pause again because this is getting wild. But I've never seen a narrative being painted like this one from that guy. And I'm not saying he's not like that. I just because he's with the Magic is being. I can't even say nothing right now.
Just pause. Go, Ron, take it away.
It's being amplified.
Why is it crazy about what I just said? Just so we're clear. I watched Chris Webber in the Western Conference Finals. He went 20 and 10. It was empty. I watched Chris Webber in 2006 go 20 and 10.
Which conference finals?
In 2002. It was empty. It was absolutely empty.
It wasn't empty. He got robbed.
It was empty. It was empty. I watched them. I watched them squander a 24-point lead with that 20 and 10. It was empty.
Was it defensive rebounds or offensive rebounds?
Both. It was in addition to that. It was in addition.
I hate that. I honestly feel like defensive rebounds is the biggest gimmick on a stat sheet I've ever seen in my life. Because your team's supposed to get the miss.
I think that's
offensive rebounds. You're fighting for it and you're creating possessions. Defensive rebounds, you are creating possessions, but you're supposed to rebound the ball. I don't understand why that's factored into MVPs. If I'm 7 foot around the rim, am I not supposed to get this?
And not if there's another 7-footer in there rebounding against you.
No, but you have the event. You have the positioning, Jill. When a shot goes up, you have the positioning to get the board. It's not like I'm fighting around you on offensive boards. It's a different thing.
No, I can't get with you on this one, bro.
No, Shaq. And the reason why, the reason why is because a big guy like Dell is covering me on the block, and I'm on the block, and the shot goes up.
We're the same size, Jill.
But Dell has the position. I'm still fighting with Dell. I could slip Dell. I can use my footwork. I can push Dell out the way. So it's not just a given that Dell's just going to get the rebound.
It's not a given. I'm not saying it's a given, but it's a higher percentage.
Being a defensive rebounder, it's not just you're going to get the ball because you're there. No. It's not that simple.
Chill. So you're saying throughout the course of an NBA game, when a shot goes up and it comes off the rim, and I have positioning, how often am I just like losing that battle? Like Andre Drummond's out there, like it's guys that are like bigger in size and you know they can physically maneuver, like Dennis Rodman, for instance. Right. But even those were a lot of defensive rebounds. But then it's like there were offensive. I'm not gonna put down Dennis Rodman. We're gonna get out of that. But I'm just saying, as a key stat. Defensive rebounds, I'm like, bro, were you not supposed to do that? But it's the same argument that Lowen Mars makes for John Stockton's passes. You're just bounce passing it into Karl Malone. We can't count that. That doesn't make you a good playmaker.
But if it's different because I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, you should get defensive rebounds, right? So it's a given that you'll get a certain amount. So, but let's not discredit defensive rebounds. Maybe let's give more credit to offensive rebounds. You know what I'm saying?
That's all that I'm saying. That's all that I'm saying.
Okay, I'm cool with that. But my thing is, especially with long rebounds, you know what I'm saying, off of three pointers.
Bigs aren't getting those though. Because bigs aren't getting those long ones. Bigs aren't getting those. Those are the
ones that are working for him. And on top of that, if I'm on the right block and I see the ball going on the other side, if I'm fighting to go get that ball, I deserve credit. I deserve credit for getting after the rock. Like rebounds, the rebounds not just falling to me.
Right.
Like
defensive rebound for that to go, especially when you go against other animals.
For us to put so much weight into rebounds when we're reeling off a stat line, like Bron had 30, 10, and 12. Well, how many possessions did it add to his team? My guy, the defensive team is supposed to get the ball when it comes off the rim.
No, whoever gets the ball.
Yes, you are. I have the position. That's why it's an advantage. I have the position.
Okay, but you do have the position. What you have in the position,
Shaq has a knack for rebounds.
But what you have in the position, Shaq, I can take that position from you because I'm a rebounder. I can absolutely slip you. I can get around you. I can do all of those things as a rebounder to get around you. It's not just, okay, you're there, so I'm just going to let you rebound. No.
So if that's happening every time, then why aren't guys having 20 and 12? Why aren't guys chill that have like 20 and 12? Why aren't 6 of them offensive rebounds and 6 of them do? Why is there always some type of disparity?
I'll tell you why.
Because one's harder than the other.
The guy that's
much harder.
Right, and the guy that's defensive rebounding, he's not just standing there. He is keeping me off the glass. It's not like he's okay. I got the position.
Back in the day, chill. I'm with you now. That boy, it's tennis balling off that hoop, and it's going straight to guys. It ain't too much wrestling going on down there. I'm not saying in crunch time it is. Fourth quarter it is.
Right.
But throughout the course of the game, guys are just getting boards, and it's because I'm 7 foot. That's why the bigs. I mean, they're in position to get the rebound. So, but here's the point. Here's the point that I make. Like a guy like Jokic can put up these defensive rebound numbers because he's bigger than everybody else, and then they're automatically catapulted in front of every point guard, shooting guard, small forward for MVP because we're not in position to get rebounds. We're just not. That's the ultimate point that I'm making. And I know this is a tangent, but this is just something that always bothered me. And maybe it's because I'm a small forward. I'm like, yo, I got to go box my man on the 3-point line. The big man is down in the rebounding. Y'all factoring that into MVP stuff? I mean,
Shaq, this is
insane. It is insane because Shaq, I think Joker is a terrible example because he just had 11 offensive rebounds a couple of nights ago, and that was almost the difference in the game. And it's really difficult to keep a guy. I mean, Shaq, you play pro basketball. It might not be, and again, I'm a little bit older, but it might not be what it was back then. But it's not as simple as just keeping the guy off the glass because I'm just here. There are glass eaters in the league. Joker, Anthony Davis, Andre Drummond, Sabonis. There are glass cleaners in the game. And these guys don't just, because you're there, I'm not going to go get rebounds. And not only am I going to get rebounds, you just mentioned it about a guy like LeBron James. You just mentioned it about a guy like LeBron James who gets 12 rebounds. Well, if 3 of those rebounds are offensive rebounds, that could be the difference in the game. That's an extra possession. And it's not like this guy that was in front of me didn't try to get the rebound. I slipped him. I got around him.
I think it is, though. I think that's my argument. I think it is. Like, you're thinking of crunch time moments. I'm thinking of the first 3 quarters. Because NBA players and superstars can say all they want that every possession matters. No, it gets tighter in the fourth. Everything gets tighter in crunch time. That's when it really matters. Like, a lot can happen in the first 3 quarters and it still doesn't affect, like, maybe something else will happen because of this, because you were down 5, because you were up 5. So that logic, I'm never going with that. In the fourth quarter, that's when games are won. But look how warped our brains are, Chill. We gave Russell Westbrook MVP because of because of Pat statting. Let's just call it what it was. And we got Mars. You got it. I see.
You can finish your point. I can just go off to you.
No, I just look at the guards that get MVPs. We got to factor in rebounding, and that's the only reason they're relevant. That's all that I'm saying. Because Westbrook all of a sudden averages a triple-double, which is insane. It's insane coming from a guard. But we factor in the rebounds, and then that's what pushes it over the top. But was Russell Westbrook the most valuable player in the league when he won the award?
I don't think so. But with that being said, I think
he had the most valuable stat line
because he did something that nobody else had done in 50 years, and it was nostalgic. I won't argue that. But Shaq, for you to diminish rebounding, where guys ain't rebounding up until the fourth quarter. Rebounding is
they're rebounding.
Rebounding is a tone setter. Because especially when I'm going up against a dude who is a glass cleaner, somebody that's 10, 12, 14 rebounds a game. If I make it clear right from the beginning, you're not doing that, that's going to affect your unit. But if I only do that when we get into the meat and potatoes of the game, well, that's going to, not only is that going to keep you energized, that's going to get you even more energized because I'm leaning on you throughout the game. So when we get to the fourth quarter, I can get even more rebounds. I can get my team even more possessions. The idea that a guy is only rebounding when we get into crunch time, that's just not true, Shaq. No way.
I can't buy that. I'm looking at all the guys that rebound, all the monster rebounders from over the years, or all the big heavy guys. They're not in the league anymore. We pushed them all out. We've gotten taller. Well, we're the same height, but we've gotten smaller and more athletic. I'll say that. Yeah. So, like, it's 2 athletic guys, one with positioning. Of course, you're going to have those games where Anthony Davis may or may not be rebounding. His coach gets on him next night. He comes out and he's more aware, and he's like, I'm going after these boards. But all I'm saying is it's just a little gimmicky. At rebounds are just, it just holds so much weight for these 7-footers who are at point blank 50-50 wrestling with the guy that's behind them, trying to get around them to get an O board. Jokic getting O board off of missed layups, his own missed layups, or just point blank joints. I don't know. I'm not going to say that because that's not fair to Jokic, because he does battle down there.
So Shaq, what's the difference between that and a guy standing in front of me getting to the basket to score? There's no difference with that.
The defense is always handicapped. And that's why if a guy averages 4 or 5 steals in the league, which that's a crazy number, but 2 or 3, and that's why we have defensive, player of the years, but that should hold more weight than defensive rebounds when I'm picking a deploy. I'm sorry. If you're out here picking pockets that much every single game, I think that's a little bit more difficult than being 7 foot and just standing there getting defensive boards, and that's going into defensive player of the year. I'm sorry. That cannot be a factor when we're talking about defensive. Now, altering shots, mixing up shots, blocking shots, I'm with you, Chill.
Right.
That's game changing.
And what everything that you just said absolutely means a lot. What's the last line of defense, though, Shaq? Rebounding. I have to rebound. And not only is that the last line of defense, you as a big, you're trying to get your team, and not just your big. Jason Tatum leads the Boston Celtics in rebounds. So in addition to me having to keep my big guy off the rim, We got to keep this dude off the rim too. And
it's because he's running at the hoop, and everybody's smaller than him at that position. He's more athletic. He's more agile. He has a knack to get these boards, and I'll give Tatum. I'm giving Tatum.
I can't keep a bigger guy off the backboard. I can absolutely do that because he's bigger than me. So I can keep him. You got to
get into his knees, but then that comes down to me, not me, but that comes down to other guys who aren't taught that. Chill. You got to get into the big's knees, and that's why. And I don't want to toot my own horn, but when we have switches over here in the EuroLeague, coaches don't do high lows on me because I get into the 7-footers knees. I get it and I back them up and I use all of that force of energy to be like, you're not going to get this ball. And I'm athletic enough to jump up and steal it. So it's guys that just have a knack for that. But it's easy for me to look at other guys and say, why aren't you doing that? No, because they don't have the same build. They didn't, it's a lot of different variations of why they can't do that.
Like chill, hold up. Right quick. Wait a minute,
Ron. Shaq, that's like saying, why can't you run as fast as me? Because I can't. That's not what I'm trying. Shaq,
chill. I'm saying what you're doing is an anomaly. I'm saying that's fair. I'm saying that's fair. But the factor in that Jason Tatum is a better basketball player than Anthony Edwards because he rebounds, I would never go for that. I would never go for that.
Quick.
Because don't even bring up rebound and stat lines when you're talking to me about guards. I don't want to hear it. I'm sorry. I don't, because you guys are actively going and pursuing the ball, and I'm with that. But it's defensive rebounds. But how many O boards did Jason Tatum average last year to where it wasn't off his own misses around the court? Because we know when he puts his head down and flies to that hoop, a lot can happen, both good and bad. So that's the stat I want to know. How many more possessions is Jason Tatum getting for his team that don't involve him shooting the actual ball?
You know what, Shaq? You know what? I hope for the next 3 games, I hope your big fella stops rebounding.
No, he just had 20 and 20 last night.
He went
crazy. Think about that.
I know he a monster down there, but I'm saying this. I hope the big fella just, you know what?
And of those,
you come get this.
And of those 20 rebounds, Shaq, how many of them were offensive rebounds? How many of them were extra possessions?
That's insane. I hope he just puts his hands down, stops boxing out. Like, no, Shaq, you could rebound. It ain't that important. You could do it.
See how difficult this is.
Yo, fellas, right quick. This is a good time for me to let everybody know we're gonna be on playback tonight. Well, these two guys right here are gonna be on playback tonight. Yeah, right here. These two guys on playback tonight. What game are you guys watching?
Denver and Boston.
Denver and Boston at 7 Eastern time. You guys come tune in. Watch these guys on playback. Following that, I'll also be on playback with a couple of my sidekicks, trusty sidekicks. We'll watch the following game, the Lakers game tonight. Y'all come watch us on playback. Also, it's some new rules going on right now. We got a new $10 super chat. If you do send through a $10 super chat, I got to read it right now. I got one from Alan R. actually. He said, if you guys could be teammates with any NBA player ever for a whole season, who would you choose?
That's easy
for me. Walk around. That's a good question.
For the next 3 years,
damn.
Like, what am I basing this off of? On the court?
I'm gonna go ahead first. I'll go Scottie Pippen.
Son, what?
Scottie.
You see what he trying to do to Mike? You saw how mad he was at Tony Kukoc?
Okay, Dell. Don't do that. Don't make it sound like it was just that simple. Because it wasn't just that simple, Dell. No, it wasn't.
In the playoff game, it was that simple. As a leader, that was terrible. You would never do that.
No, don't get me wrong. That wasn't good. Don't get me wrong. But I do understand.
I'm just talking about on the court, just playing ball.
But what I'm talking about,
that's
Dell,
on the court.
and I want you to dig me just for 1 second, Dell. You are awesome at your job. Right? You ain't good at your job. You are fantastic at your job.
Okay.
Every time your name is brought up, all you hear is, the only reason why you're so good at your job is because of this dude right here. You really wasn't that nice without this dude right here. Okay. You hear that once, you hear that twice, whatever, it goes in one end out the other. You hear that 200-300 times. Now you start getting older.
I don't want to cut you off. Chill. I don't want to cut you off. But this angle you're going, it's an easy one for me to cook. But keep going.
Please cook.
Okay.
I'm all in.
At least I'm to explain myself there.
Go, chill.
I'm all in to hear this because again, I'm starting to get older, and wait a minute, things start to affect you a little bit more, way more than they did when you were younger, way more than they did when you were playing. Now today, after everything that I did, the majority of the time, 9 times out of 10. What I got to hear, as good as I was, You know, he was only nice because you was running with this dude. That's kind of, it gets corny. It gets corny.
That gets corny, but if the man who is the legend himself, every time out you, and he says consistent and is genuine, I would not be who I am without this person all the time. You're a bozo. You are a bozo, and that's now he took his son on his ex-wife, and now we're here. He's a bozo for that. Every time they ask Michael about Pippen, I would not be who I am if it wasn't for Pippen. He's the greatest teammate I ever had. Always bringing him up consistently. Now, this and the Kukoc thing. So what? You know how many times Jordan passed the ball to Kerr and all that stuff? Nah, Pippen. That's a bad pick, Ox, but that's an Ox pick. So
well, look, let me just. So I
you want to play alongside that for 3 years? That's
well,
what you're saying?
It was just. They just said for one season. They was just saying for one season. I ain't talking about all the post retirement, all that stuff. I'm just talking about who would I want to play a game with on my team. I'm choosing Scottie Pippen. Me and Scottie get busy. That's all I'm saying.
Imagine how he was plotting and scheming in like real time.
I feel you, but look though, Shaq. I'm saying me and Scottie, we trap in the corners, we getting steals, we running the floor, we rebounded. Me and Scottie getting busy. That's all I'm saying. I'm not talking about all the other stuff. I'm just talking about just simply on the court. The way Scottie play ball, I love to play with somebody like that. That's all I'm saying.
Shaq got the face, and now you and Scottie getting busy in the corner. It's crazy, and I'm out.
Good to talk to you, Down. Good to talk to you, Shaq. Yeah. You think Scottie was on that Bulls unit looking at Jordan like, yo, I'm nicer than this dude.
I don't know if he was going as far as that because that's insane. Like at some point, you just gotta be like, I think he's nice.
I'm sure he was. I'm sure Scottie felt like he was better than Jay. If I was him, I would have felt the same way.
No, you wouldn't have. It's probably like I could do that if given the opportunity. Then he sees some of the stuff and be like, "No, this is kind of crazy." I don't think so.
But it's like this though. He's seeing stuff that Jordan doing, and he's like, "Yo, no, I can't do that." But what I do is just as, if not more important. Now I'm not trying to make a bid for Scottie, okay? I'm not doing that. Jordan's better. Okay, let's get that out of the way. Jordan's better. But if I'm Scottie Pippen, if I'm in his shoes, I'm like, bro, I can't do that part of it, but he can't do this part of it. Like, yeah, that's all. That's all. That's it.
What part? The rebounder?
Yo, Damo and Mars, I want you guys to tap in. Also, Mars, don't forget that rebounding point. I still wanted to get to that. But as of right now, teammate that you would love to play with, Damo, who would you?
Wallace.
You get one teammate to play with. Who would it be?
Anybody in the league right now?
Ever.
All time.
Not just in the league.
All time. If it was right now, I was going to say Lonzo Ball, but all time, Magic. I want to play with somebody that's going to set me up to literally be my best, give me the ball where I need it, and help me score. I love playing. I'm addicted to passing. I have a bias for passing. I love it. So yeah, Magic.
Mm-hmm. Mars.
Scottie Barnes. I want him back in the NBA.
Oh man,
he's in the G League, so technically he is in the NBA.
Nah, the NBA. So if me being Scout's teammate means he's back in the NBA, I'll take
Mars, you know how weak he was.
That's because Calipari ruined him in college. I believe in him.
Hey, Big Ox, did we not just had this conversation just 2 days ago? Mars was not. He was going to ration the crack.
That's not trolling. That's not trolling. I don't care about
100% confidence.
I want to pick someone who's not in the league who I think is good enough to be in the NBA. So I'll have them as my teammate. Why would I want to? Oh, let me play with Steph Curry. The way he moves, I don't care. I'm not going to be on the court anyway. Let me just get Scottie Barnes in the league because I think Scottie Barnes is good enough to be in the league. I don't care about playing with an NBA superstar because I'm gonna just be sitting on the bench cheering him on. I don't care about that. So let me just play with Scottie Barnes, get him an NBA contract because I believe he's good enough to be in the league. Scottie Barnes is my pick.
Mars, before I get to Dorian Clayton's super chat, and also go check out the merch site, www.pcmerch, playerschoicemerch.com. It's right down there in the corner. Just go check it out. But
Shaq, who's your guy?
He's gonna say Sasha.
I mean, since we're trolling, I'm gonna go with. Actually, this isn't even a troll. I would go with Yao Ming.
We're not trolling. Damo is serious about Lonzo.
No, not Damo. Mars.
Damo is dead.
I would rationing the crack. What happened to that?
I don't know how that's a troll. But,
Mars, I feel what I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna be on the court. So Magic Johnson's not gonna make me better. I'm not gonna start making shots because Magic Johnson gives me the ball. So let me just get someone who I think should be in the league.
Are we saying pre-coach Cal Scalabris here, or just Scal as he is right now?
I just believe if Scalabris is on an NBA team, if he gets any sort of an opportunity, he'll be an NBA level player. And
Mars, I'm here to tell you that
I believe
every single hooper in the world thinks that.
Well, I'm not a hooper.
We all think that.
As they should.
The other option was Dragon Bender. I believe Dragon Bender in the right situation.
All right, now you're trolling.
My biggest,
you're paying attention to Dragon Bender overseas.
I think Stockton would have made me an all-star. I played the two, playing off of John Stockton, and I was a pretty good one-on-one player. I think he would have made me an all-star playing with him.
Nice.
According to Mars, he would have just been bounce passing you the ball on the wing, probably. For
you to go.
But that's what makes him an all-star. If you can come up with pin down and then get the ball perfectly on the seams, that's an all-star for sure. Like,
hey, Chill coming up that curl, banging that mid-range.
Exactly.
Mars, I still want to hear you. Or Ron, you got your pick?
It's easy for me. I want Shaq.
Right.
At the point guard, I just want to dribble the ball up the floor, dump it down to my big man, and get back on defense. What's better? Hey, I want to be Derek Fisher. Hey, big fella, can you carry me to a catalyst? Yeah, just a true catalyst. Make my job easy. All I got to do is guard the point guard, bring the ball up the floor, and knock down the occasional shot with 0.2. What was it? 0.2 on the clock?
0.4.
Mars, I still want to hear your rebounding.
0.4. Can't get a shot off 0.3.
No, remember, Derek Fisher was the one that changed the rule because he made it with 0.3. And then they had to go back and change the rule.
I think it was 0.4.
You don't remember that, Chill?
I do remember. It was against San Antonio. Yeah, I do.
Yeah. Remember because
Tim
Duncan hit that first one. Thought they won it.
And Shaq said it.
But you know what though? You know what? I want to change my pick to Rasheed Wallace so we can be getting kicked out of games and getting technicals together.
Horsing around.
Yo, Mars, that rebound intake that you had. Can we hear that?
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, I don't agree with Shaq with the bigs when it comes to rebounding, but the wings and guards, I wholeheartedly agree with him. And then when Chill brought up Jason Tatum, that was interesting to me. Because guys like Jason Tatum and LeBron James and Luka, and you could go back to Russell Westbrook, when they're averaging 8-9 rebounds, and then you praise them for it, and then you see less than 2 of them are contested rebounds, we're giving them credit for getting 6 open rebounds a game. For me, I'm like, that's not moving me. I don't know about you guys, but if the ball is falling to you because no one's around you, why am I giving you credit for those 6 rebounds that anyone could have got? Me personally, I don't care about those. Russell Westbrook averaging a triple-double, getting 8 open rebounds, I don't care. Jason Tatum averaging 8 rebounds when 1.7 of them are contested, I don't care. LeBron James averaging 8 rebounds when 1.8 of them are contested, I don't care. Like, those rebounds don't move me. But guys who are actually crashing the glass and battling with guys, those guys move me. Mitchell Robinson, fantastic. Anthony Davis, fantastic. Steven Adams, fantastic. Jokic, great rebounder. Clint Capella. Yeah, Clint Capella. Those guys are rebounders. That moves me. But if you're just getting open, if you're getting Sabonis, yes. Rudy Gobert, yes. Mark Williams, yes. Those guys, rebounders. But if you're getting open rebounds, I don't care. Like, Jason Tatum's 8 rebounds compared to another guard averaging 5 isn't the difference to me for calling him a better player because he gets more open rebounds because he plays closer to the basket in Boston's defense, in my humble estimation. So I agree with him on that defensive rebounding aspect. But when he's talking about defensive rebounding in these bigs and you shouldn't, I don't agree with that. I think the defensive rebounding in these bigs is important.
So with the rebounds. So with the numbers, again, like 1.8 or 1.7. So, and again, Mars, you're a huge component of the eye test. And I'm 100% confident that my eyes watch Jason Tatum stick his nose in there when there's other bigs in there getting rebounds. And LeBron James stuck his nose in there in the second quarter, in the third quarter, going over the top of guys to get rebounds. I mean, my eyes did show
occasionally.
Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Mars. I definitely appreciate the numbers because I care about that stuff too. 100% I do. But I also saw that. I also saw Jason Tatum sticking his nose in there and getting rebounds. I saw Jordan stick his nose in there. Scottie Pippen stick his nose in there. Now, I know that was years ago, but we're talking about today. Somebody, if Shaq's big man is getting kept off the glass by Ox. Well, my guy is not going to keep me off the glass because he's got to get back on defense, or he's getting back. I'm just going to go in there and get the rebound. So now we have that. I shouldn't get discredited for that because I went in there and got it because he got to get back on defense.
That's just not tremendous rebounding skill, in my opinion. That's what it is. And I'm not saying these guys never get contested rebounds. They do. And the numbers are just something I looked up to support what I already knew I saw, which is LeBron James isn't getting contested rebounds for the last couple seasons. Ever since he's got older, he's just not doing that. He just comes in and gets he cleans up with Anthony Davis boxing out or whoever else is there, and he'll clean it up. Good for you, LeBron. Nice.
That's the part of the job, Morris.
That's fine. I'm not saying it's not part of the job. I'm saying there's levels to it. The same way we can understand scoring, there's levels to scoring. Not all scoring opportunities are created equal. Not all rebounds are created equal. We can just say this guy got 10 rebounds, this guy got 10, and then ignore the context to all we want. But me personally, I don't want to do that. I can see LeBron James 10 rebounds aren't the same as Joel Embiid 10 rebounds. I can do that. And the numbers are backing up my eyes and saying LeBron James isn't getting rebounds with a higher degree of difficulty as these legitimate bigs. So the numbers he's putting up aren't moving the needle for me when I'm talking about LeBron James as a rebounder. Same thing with Jason Tatum and Luka Doncic and a lot of these guards.
Is this today,
whose
Mars?
rebound numbers are going up in 2024.
Is this today or in the last 3 years? Or are we talking like over the course of like the
last? It's been a trend for LeBron for about 5 years. His contested rebounds are going down.
Right.
Jason Tatum is the past couple years where his rebound numbers gone up. Look, Russell Westbrook, similar thing. Right. And that's not something I just knew. I checked it now because I was like,
when did we start keeping track of what is a contested rebound and what is an open rebound?
If I had to
because dudes like Shaq, that's
whose job is
analytics.
It probably started around 2014 when people
whose job is it to determine what's contested rebound?
Second Spectrum does all the tracking data, and they probably
because Shaq, by the way.
I hope that company goes bankrupt. I hope that company goes bankrupt.
That's why. Because the
wait, why though?
Wait, so since when is more context a bad thing? Since when is more
context about rebounding?
Yes, if a conversation boils down to who's the better rebounder, the difference between rebounding with somebody.
If I box out my man and I have to hold him back and Shaq doesn't come get the ball, I'm pissed. I'm cussing Shaq out. Like, bro, come get the freaking ball.
Are you missing my point intentionally?
I'm not. There is no point to miss, Morris. It's crazy. It's just
that it doesn't make sense. All I'm saying is the person boxing out is doing a more important job towards securing the rebound than the person who just comes in and cleans it up.
Imagine,
I'm pretty sure as a big man, you would agree that your job has a higher degree of difficulty than the person who just comes and gets it.
I feel like it's all important. I feel like
that's not true. But you just addressing my point. I never said it wasn't important. I said the person who's actually boxing out and having to battle with another human being the size of a giant has a more difficult job than the person who comes in and secures it. I never said one was not trying
to attack. I'm not trying to attack you, Morris. I feel what you're saying right there, Morris.
So you're just making a different point. Okay, that's fine. Carry on.
Yeah, my point is this. I do feel like if I box out my man, I'm doing a very difficult job. But there's also a small forward, a shooting guard like Shaq or Ron that I'm expecting to run from the three-point line and do a just as important job and secure the ball. I feel like that is just as important. I feel like what Shaq was trying to explain earlier is dangerous because he's a professional basketball player at a very high level, and there's people that are watching you, Shaq. And I feel like what you're saying is I'm just gonna get on the fast break. The rebound's gonna come to my big man anyway. That's a dangerous way to look at basketball. We all know that.
I never once said that though. Not even alluded to that.
But you're saying that the ball's is gonna come to me anyway. So it's like
I'm talking about the narrative of awards, MVPs, defensive player of the years, that these empty rebounds are being categorized as holding the same weight as more important things that go into those awards.
Okay, so that's the part there. That's what I'm saying. The more important part. And when you say the more important, that is important. That is very.
So what was important about Russell Westbrook just running? Like, come on.
Somebody, okay, no.
We love Russ, but stop.
I feel you. I get what you're saying. Like, I get what you're saying, but at the same time, he still came and got the ball, Shaq. He's coming and getting the ball. You have to be.
I don't even know this to be true, Ox.
You have to be a
we can type in Russell Westbrook stat padding and watch some of the most unbelievable rebounds we've ever seen in our lives together.
Okay, that's cool. Let's get off the rest. real quick. Let's get off of Russ. That's an extreme. That's an extreme point. That's an extreme point. That's extreme.
You guys gave him MVP. How was that extreme?
Who's you guys?
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but I just don't get how we're refuting that all stats require context. I don't get
because hold on real quick. Because let's get off of Russ. Okay. You can't tell me that that rebounding is not important. Like it's not very important. You can't tell me Shaq. No, hold on, but let me finish what I'm saying. Keep going. You can't tell me that you don't have to fight for rebounds. You can't tell me that the ball's just bouncing to me, so that makes it to where it's not important. I have to fight for position on the block. You're not always in position. You're moving on defense, as you know. I have to move when the ball moves. Sometimes when I move with the ball and I come over here, I end up out of position. But I know it's my job to fight for position. I have to hit a spin move. I got to do a swim move. I got to do something to get back into position.
That's the person we're giving the credit. That person.
Not Jason Kidd running in there.
Yeah, exactly.
And knock the Jason Kidd.
Making our
Shaq, don't change your argument now, Shaq, because earlier you said if you're 7 foot, you're in position. Did y'all not hear him say this? Am I tripping?
That's why I said I disagree with him about the bigs. I'm just saying you're making a point of importance.
Okay, regardless, you're not about to sit here and tell me you being 6'7", 6'8", you being in position when we played together, community college. I'm expecting you to get every single board, Ox. I'm sorry. I'm looking at you
that's
like
the problem.
Negro.
That's
That's
the
what
problem.
you can't
pick that, Shaq.
I'm looking at you. Why are you 7 feet tall if you're down there not gobbling up every rebound? Again, in community college, against inferior defenders because.
Ox only averaged 3 rebounds too. That's what's the sad part. Continue.
If you don't box out your man comes and now I'm one on.
Okay, Ox.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. So why is there more defensive rebounds than offensive rebounds?
Why is that? This always killed me too. I don't understand why it's such a discrepancy. I think it should be more.
Because
there's a discrepancy.
Teams would rather get back on defense.
It's called an advantage.
Yes, I
yeah, teams would rather get back on defense than give up a transition layup trying to get offensive rebounds. That's why.
Thank you much.
If you're crashing. What the
hell y'all talking about right now? Y'all fighting tooth and nail. Y'all just
if the defense is doing its job, they're naturally closer to the basket than the offense. Because your man is meant to be, you have to keep your man away from the basket. That's what you're meant to do. So the defensive job is meant to be closer to the basket. Yes. The defense is meant to be closer to the basket. So if offensive players are crashing from the outside into the defensive players, they are automatically at a disadvantage in securing the ball. So teams now, especially now, which is why they crash the offensive glass less, is what they're saying, what's worth more? Us maybe getting an offensive rebound or risking giving up a transition opportunity, which is the most efficient form of basketball there is in the NBA. They're saying the risk versus reward is we don't want to give up transition opportunities, so we're not going to crash the offensive glass.
And with that being said, everything that Mars just said, on top of all of that, you still have to keep me off the glass. It's not like I'm just going to run back. No, you still have to keep me off the glass because there are guys who actually do offensive rebound. There are people who do that.
Mitchell Robinson, yes.
Right. Okay. Let's keep naming these one-offs. Because I couldn't even bring up the Russell Westbrook because that's so far out. You're talking about 3 to 10 guys in the entire league that are offensive rebound. I'm with you on that point. But if I'm a 7'3" big man named Wembanyama, I better get every board that touches my hand and comes my way, whether I'm tussling or not. It is naturally easier for Wembanyama to get a rebound more than anybody on the court due to height and position. Yes or no?
No.
Yeah, I don't care.
Yeah, the taller guy has
because he's frail. Because
in Mars,
not Wembanyama brought that up. Frail and he's getting pushed out the box.
I'm disagreeing with the premise of the taller guy naturally gets more rebounds. That's why.
And Mars, I'm glad you brought that up. You just said that the defense is running back naturally, or the offense is running back naturally to get back on defense, which makes it even easier. Yes or no?
Yes, there's not like back in the day. You'd probably have three guys, like the wing would crash, and then you'd have the powerful.
No, in your league today,
now,
it's like that.
Yeah, now you maybe have you have one, maybe, and then maybe 2 if you're going against teams like Denver, maybe 2. But it's like one guy.
So as a big, don't I feel a little bit more comfortable knowing that I'm going out there to get rebounds more now than ever? Yes or no?
The counterpoint is there's more long.
Now you can't answer the question.
On the defensive side,
I have no idea.
I would say no.
No.
Yo,
I think the counter to let people question is that the guards get more rebounds now because there's more long rebounds which go away from the bigs.
Okay.
So
Mars,
I do
want to say this, Mars. I agreed with you what you were saying. I glitched. Wait a second. I didn't say you didn't have a point. I glitched because you said what you said. You said uncontested rebounds. I glitched. I bugged out for a second. I was just like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm sorry, Mars. I agreed with what you were saying, but you brought analytics into it, and I forgot about my New Year's resolution. I'm sorry, Mars.
Yo, Damo, I know you was trying to make a point right quick, Damo. What is it that you was trying to say?
Well, I was trying to add on to it was way back. Well, now it's no point because I just admitted, he just glitched out because of advanced analytics. I was just pointing out the fact of what Ox was referring to as him being in the paint, boxing out, doing all the dirty work, and a guy comes down, gets the board, and takes off, a la Steven Adams, Russell Westbrook. Yes, to hoopers, to people that have context, people that know, they would be like, okay, that's Steven Adams doing his job, Russ doing his job for that offense and what they want to do. That's fine. But to the casuals or people who are not looking that deep, they're just going to see it as Russ is getting empty stats. Russ is getting easy boards. They're not even considering Steven Adams. They're not even talking about Steven Adams. No one gives Steven Adams the credit for still doing the dirty work. All they would say is, well, a year ago, Steven Adams was averaging 11, 12 boards. Now he's averaging 8. Hey, man, his rebounds fell off, and Russ is picking up the workload, and Russ is doing all this work. That's the issue. No one is looking at it, and they have the context of, for this team, they need Steven Adams to still do as much work as he was doing last year. Box out, create space, allow Russ to get the board, help us because we are a transition team. We're the fastest pace in the league, or one of the fastest paces in the league. Russ is best in transition, especially that year, and he's our guy. This is how our offense is going to work. No one was looking at it like that. It was all narratives. It was all, Russ got 10 boards, 15 boards, all impact. No, context matters. That goes with any stat. That goes with any stat.
I agree with that, Damo.
Context fully matters.
From that point of view, I do agree with that as well. But then you got to put the context around other things like Tatum going in where Mars brought up. It's like, okay, I'm not about to say one player just because he's down there and just boards are just bouncing to these guys. Like if anything, I'm giving Russ more credit for having the energy to go down there and pick up the slack. But that's not every player. It's not. I'm sorry.
And I'm glad you brought that up when you said it's not every player. Shaq, what was this conversation originally about? We're not going to talk about a guy winning the league MVP. So I'm not every player. I'm elite. So because I'm elite, I'm doing things at an elite level. And when we're talking about these best players, Mars, you just brought up a stat. So let's discuss offensive rebounds. The guys who lead the league in offensive rebounds, Clint Capella, Hartenstein, Andre Drummond, Rudy Gobert, DeMontis, Anthony Davis, Joker. What else do they lead the league in? They lead the league in overall rebounding. So they're not going up against themselves when they're defensive rebound. When they got to go and get offensive rebounds, they're going up against other smaller guys. So, of course, they're going to attack the glass that differently. Now, when they're going up against people in terms of defensive rebounding, they're going to be better because they're not going up against themselves because they're the best rebounders in the game. And I can't diminish that because I'm 6'10", or I'm 7 feet. I can't diminish that. Absolutely not.
That's all that killed me.
Yeah, I don't agree with the diminishing the big man rebounds.
It's a clear advantage that is blown way out of proportion. That's why no point guard, shooting guard, small. It's so hard for them to win MVP based off of a guy being born 7 foot and just being around the hoop. I'm sorry, I'm just not going to buy into that logic.
So, Shaq, are we going to do that with guys who make the game simpler for other guys? So can we use that stat with guys who pick and roll? Okay, you're making my job easier for me to get open shots. You're making my job. You're making my job easier to get downhill. You're making my job easier to get a 3-pointer because
we're still guys like that for sure.
Right. So are we going to do that with guys who score a lot because they?
I see your logic, but those aren't the guys winning MVP like a Tyrese Halliburton. Like how much he affects that Pacers offense and the motor that he has for those guys. You're going to tell me that we will instantly throw some guy in there that has an amazing roster to where you can't even leave guys for him to get his one-on-one off. And that's a credit to the GM. But then Tyrese Halliburton, who clearly is the motor behind that offense, everything runs through him. Right. Guys will come up here and hate his guts, which I don't understand. Because we'll love to praise another guy that's out there. He's putting up numbers. He's doing this. He's doing that. When he's causing his team to lose so many games because he's having off nights that can't score the ball. I'm just saying it's the league. You throw the ball at the hoop enough times with Adam Silver behind you, it's gonna start to fall. I promise you. I promise you, the confidence goes up. That's just my take on that.
I got a super chat from Dorian Clayton. Dorian said, Shaq, with the people on the panel right now, in a game of 3v3 with 2 subs, who are you starting and benching? And you get one coach for the team who hasn't won an NBA championship.
I get to pick the coach from the league.
Dale was up here too when that came through.
So I get to pick a coach from the league.
Any coach, choose back to the future.
I'm gonna pick buddy from. I'm picking Spoelstra. Pick him, and I'm gonna give him. I think he can win with this team. I'm gonna give him Bob. I get to pick us, right?
No, you're picking. I think you're picking team. I don't think you're picking people up here.
Yeah, it said on the panel right now. It also said a coach who hasn't won a championship.
Okay,
supposed to got a championship.
Yeah.
So Spo was out.
Spo was Dorian. This is the brain teaser.
How about Coach Monty Williams? I know that Detroit is bad, but
Monty Williams.
I know Detroit is bad right now, but I mean he did go to the NBA
I ain't
finals.
about to get up here and talk about Monty, man. I ain't about to do that on here. Didn't he win a championship on somebody's bench? Or that don't count?
So did Darvin Ham.
Yeah, I'm not choosing.
Look at this dude right here. Look at this dude right here. Look at this dude right here. This one right here.
Yo, I'm on New Year's resolution.
We had a New Year's resolution conversation yesterday, Damo.
I'm just trying to help you out.
I didn't say a word.
Accountability for the players on that team.
To help answer that question, Shaq, I'm out the equation. I suck today. So I'm not involved in none of this.
But in your prime, though, because I'm thinking of Ox and Ron in their primes.
Okay, that's different.
Yeah, Mars got to come off the bench, right? Mars and I feel like I can use Damo. That's what I feel like.
In my prime? What?
I feel like I can use. You give me Ron and Damo. Ah, man, damn Dale. I don't know who's better out of Dale and Ox, to be honest.
Ron, when I was 25, by the way, Ron, when I was 25, I would have bust your ass. I'm going to put that out there, bro.
Chill.
You would have gave me a couple
business. But chill, though.
Yeah. I would have gave your ass work.
I'm telling you.
Chill.
I would have gave you work.
It's going to be hard earned. I'm everything. Like I'm talking about, overtime, not 9 to 5. You're gonna have to work.
I would have walked away like
Ron was a defensive demon. Ron was a defensive demon.
Woo! So
Ron was a defensive demon for sure.
Anyway, I'm sorry if I interrupted.
It was me, Ron, and Gary Bell from Gonzaga that came out of Gonzaga in high school. Tough little squad.
Yeah, but
going up against Tony Roten in the game.
Hey, Shaq, I know you said you don't know who's better between me and Dale, right? If you and Dale would stop ducking me and Ron, you could find out.
Y'all
been ducking us. Y'all been ducking us for like what, 4 years.
Knock.
If you and
Bob,
Dale would
remember what I used to do to you and your man's me and Ron in community college?
Bro, that was different though. That was different. Hey, no,
you're right, because my conscience was crazy then.
No disrespect to bro, but I was doing my job.
1000%, it was just too tricky out there on the wing. It was just, and that's why I say it's impossible to play defense in the league today because Bob can play D, but out there it gets a little tricky. It gets a little tricky. I don't know though, because they're real aggressive.
I'm taking the ball from Dale, man. Come on. Dale too little. Let's keep it real. That's no because Dale go crazy. I didn't see Dale go crazy, but he just too little. That's
I'm about to say I seen Dale play. I didn't know he was talking about Dale like this. It's great. I thought Dale could hoop. I seen Dale.
Dale a hooper, bro. Dale certified. I never disrespect Dale hoop game. Dale certified, but he just too small. That's all.
I never disrespect Dale. He's just too small, and I'll take the ball from him.
People were 6'9".
I just snatch the ball from him every time. I'm like,
Well, Mars, just so you know, I know it
Ron.
sounds ridiculous to you, Mars, but you know, when you're hanging around, there's a reason why people like me have a small man's complex, because when you hang around people 6'9" and 6'10" half your life, then you are small. That's just the way that works.
This is
I know that sounds ridiculous, but when you're hanging around 6'9", 6'10" people more than half your life, then yes, you're a little dude. You are.
Pip named Slickback said, "Don't know if y'all checked out the Raptors team, but Scottie Barnes is a top 30 player in this league. Where do y'all think his ceiling is? I think with his expanded playmaking, he can be a superstar.
I don't think he's top 30.
There we go.
Scottie cold though. I don't know. Scottie.
Yeah, his ceiling is high, but
I'm rocking with the Raptors coach, man. That's a future face of the league right there. That's one of the future faces of the league, right there.
Yeah, I didn't know nothing about him until this
coach
season.
Or Scottie Barnes.
Scottie Barnes.
Oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about the coach too, Damo. I was confused.
No. The coach came out not too long ago and said that Scottie is the future face of the league, and people had so much problems with that. I'm like,
I seen Stephen A. again.
What is he supposed to say? Like, is he not supposed to hype up his young guy? But yeah,
you just don't got to take it there.
He is an all-star caliber player.
One of the,
I do. I think at minimum he can be an all-star caliber player. At minimum, he can be
how
an
many
all-star.
guys, Shaq? How many guys sub 24 are better than Scottie Barnes right now?
How many people? I don't know the people.
Anthony Edwards.
24.
Okay,
24-year-olds is what we're talking about.
24 and younger.
LaMelo Ball.
Okay, I don't know if you can name 10.
You probably can't name, but
if he's like 6'7",
But how many faces of the league? But how many faces of the league have there been in the last 20 years?
It depends who you talk to, because if you ask a couple people, them hood faves are faces of the league. In all honesty, those hood faves are selling out arenas.
Those Toronto faves too. So I'm with you. Yeah, if we want to jump off that cliff, I just see LeBron and Steph. I mean, Scottie, I've met, bro. That was up there what LeBron said about his son helping out the Lakers. To me, I was like, we didn't have to do this. We felt that you were angry. We got that.
LeBron was basically just saying, we need some damn help over here.
Yeah, I know. And that's what I hated about
I think that was his call for desperate help. Like his humble plea.
Damo, would you take?
That's humble, Ron? Help from Bronny is humble? There's nothing humble about that.
I mean, a defensive guard that can shoot threes. I mean, hey, I'm not going to
theoretically shoot threes.
Theoretically shoot threes, yes, is very true. Theoretically.
Damo, would you take
Alex Caruso?
Would you take Tyrese Maxey over Scottie Barnes?
No.
How about
and we're talking about as like building our team around number one. Right?
I thought it was just a better player right now. I thought that's what I was doing. You said he was top 10 on 24. I thought it was just
so Maxey's, I think he's 24.
Scottie.
How about
Halliburton?
Yeah, Halliburton's
I'm taking Halliburton.
Halliburton over him. France.
I'm taking Paolo, not France.
Zion.
Trey's still 24 and under, right?
Trey is not 25. I think he's older than 20. I think he's older than 20.
Nothing Google.
Even if he was, I'm still taking Scottie.
Trey Young is 25.
The real question is, who are you taking?
25.
Scottie Barnes or Cade Cunningham?
Why would you do that?
That one is the real question. And hold on, they played on the same high school team, right? They both played from Mount Vernon, right?
Scottie was better than Scottie's always been better than Cade, bro. Scottie's always been better than Cade.
I
respectfully disagree with that.
And Ron, the answer is Cade.
Mobley.
When they were in high school, Scottie was better. When Scottie was at Florida State and Cade was at Oklahoma State, Scottie was better. Today, Scottie is better. Scottie's always been better than Cade.
Is Cade like that?
Mobley?
I think Cade. I personally think Cade's like that.
A little bit.
I
a little bit like that.
I think he's like that.
Mobley?
I'm taking Scottie over Mobley.
I think we got what, like six guys?
And here's the thing too. Scottie Barnes, he was one of those guys where he was kind of a little rough around the edges when he first got in the NBA. He's starting to get a lot more smoother. His handle's starting to get tighter. He's starting to be able to get to his spots. But the biggest jump in his game is now he's able to knock down that three ball. He's shooting at a 37% clip right now. So and you could just see it right now with the confidence of him being able to just knock down threes. All of a sudden, it's kind of starting to register to him like, yo, this is actually this is my game right now. This is my court. I can kind of do whatever I want to do. So once that switch fully clicks for him and he realizes that, yo, can't nobody really do anything with me, I think Scottie's gonna torment the league. So I'm not tripping off the coach for saying that.
I think he can be what Ben Simmons was meant to be.
In all honesty,
I don't see this in Scottie. Maybe it's him being in Toronto. I don't know why it's not doing it for me. I don't know what's not clicking.
Well, I don't see face of the league, but I do think he's very good. But
one of the faces.
Yeah, if you want to have 12 faces, yeah.
That's what. But man, Damo, when you talk about the face of the league, that's a top 5 player, B. That's a top 5 player when you're talking about one of the faces of the league. Like when you think about the best players in the game, guys that the league are built around, those are
Scottie done, Chill.
I'm trying to think.
For his coach to say that. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What is he?
I think he misspoke with the face of the league, but he did say an all-star caliber player. He was right about that. That part I can see that later on down the line. I think he's enough, but face of the league, that means we building our unit around you. Not only will we be building our unit around you, not only are we building. Here's the difference, though, Ron. Not only are we building our unit around you, because Minnesota built their unit around Kevin Love, and he was 26 and 14 a couple of years. That doesn't mean he was the face of the league. That does not mean that. So with that being said, if we're building our unit around you and we're doing a good job, that means that we're going deep into the league. We're marketing you, especially being in Canada. We're marketing you, and our league is growing specifically because of a guy like you. That's asking.
You don't have to be top 5. You don't have to be top 5 to be a face of the league. Anthony Edwards isn't top 5. He's a face of the league.
Not yet. He isn't.
That's what I was going to ask. That's what I was going to ask. What do y'all define as a face of a league?
What are we talking about right now?
I was going to say,
I don't know how many faces you guys think there's been.
What are we talking about right now?
Steph, Kobe, Shaq,
Giannis.
and then
it's only like 3 guys, Mars.
It's
like
Giannis had a stint.
Not like
Giannis
6
had
or
a
7
stint.
guys.
I'm going to say in the last 10 years, in the last 10 years, there have been multiple guys who have had a short stint at you being able to say that at one point in time they were a face of the league. At one point in time, believe it or not,
that's not really the face of the league.
James Harden, I mean, and again, that's why I would ask, what do you define as the face of the league then? Because I would say it was a stretch of time, 2017, 2018, 2019, any of those years, you can say James Harden was one of the faces of the league. One of the faces, not the face, one of the faces. And that's what I think for when I say a guy like Scottie Barnes could be one of the faces, I'm saying more of a sense of how James Harden was one of the faces in 2018. He was marketed,
still don't see that.
It was pushed.
I think you have to be an MVP.
Now, with that being said, Damo, the guy James Harden that you brought up, James Harden was in the conversation, even though I don't think he was, but he was in the conversation as the best player in the league. You think Scottie Barnes could be the best player in the league or in that conversation? Because that's what we're talking about.
Why wasn't he though? Why wasn't he? Why do you think James Harden couldn't qualify as one of the best players in the league at that time?
At that time, because.
Which time? Do you specify which time? Like when they got eliminated by Golden State?
Around 17, 18, 19. Like he was in that conversation for being the best player in the game. I
think that's why we hate him so much now, because
that was a real conversation.
He was really cooking.
He was 100%. He was. I didn't think he was the best player in the game, but he was in that conversation, and that's the point.
I don't know. The eye test was insane on James Harden at that time. Take out the rebounds and the all of that. The eye test,
take out the rebounds,
the playmaking.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that, big guy.
Crazy,
100%. 100%.
No, we'll never take out the rebounds.
But when we talking about being the best player of the league, best player in the league, again, Shaq, the stuff that you brought up matters because it matters to me. When I talk about the best players to ever do it, is your game timeless? Did you dominate? Right after that, you can't keep kicking ass and you didn't win. That stuff matters.
He almost won though.
That stuff matters. Almost only.
But I don't include that in the
hold it against him that he lost to maybe the greatest team ever.
Yes, he did. That is correct. Which is why I felt like he was in the conversation. That's why I never felt like he was better than James. That's why I never felt like he was better than Curry. That doesn't mean that he wasn't in the conversation. So when we're talking about a guy like Scottie Barnes, does that mean that with being the face of the league, like Mars just said, it's only like I always felt like it was only like 2 or 3 guys. Are we talking about a guy in Scottie Barnes who they're going to build a unit around? They're going to go deep into the playoffs, and we're going to have a conversation about him being arguably the best player in the league because that's what the face of the league is.
But okay.
One of the faces of the league. Let me rephrase that.
Again, I feel like there's a big difference in between being the face. I feel like guys like Steph, guys like LeBron in this era, definitively the face. But there has been guys under that tier, a tier lower, the Westbrooks. Westbrook was a face. Well, one of the faces, not a face, but he was one of the faces of the league at one point. That's what I think Scottie can be. Do I think
Scottie many faces of the league, Damo?
Scottie Barnes can be a tertiary.
How many?
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. I don't think he's going to be the best player, but he's one of those players that could have a super high peak, have a super great year, could be marketable. If he can
reaches, be a Donovan Mitchell face. I'll give him that. He can.
Well, in the last 2 years, Chet and Wemby passed him just by existing, as far as potential of being the face of the league. And more guys are going to keep coming. And I never think that we're going to hold as long as he's in Toronto, because maybe that's doing him a disservice. But even when I look at Scottie on a scale from 1 to James Harden, right now, I believe he's a 1. That I don't even think he's anywhere close to the God tier level of basketball that James Harden was playing in his prime.
That's fine, but James Harden turned
one of those faces.
But James Harden turned into that. And all I'm saying is, if we're gonna mark out the chance that Scottie can even develop into something like that, then okay, cool. Shut the door on Scottie if y'all want to. I'm not. Like I said, I'm rocking with the coach. I do see a world where if he reaches the peak of his powers, we're gonna be sitting here saying, "Oh my God, this Scottie Barnes kid." Now the likelihood of we can argue percentages, the likelihoods, how frequently it can happen. James Hardens don't happen. James Hardens don't come frequently. That doesn't happen. That story, that track record, that's something that's an anomaly itself. But so me saying James Harden, I'm not more so saying his skill and ability, but just the ability of the marketability he reached, the way he was able to lead a team, be the star of a team, and that propel him into the superstardom. I can see Scottie Barnes if he's putting in work in Toronto, which is a large market.
Scottie has to win.
Being a superstar.
I think he has to win similar to Kawhi. I think he has to have one of those type careers where he comes out of nowhere and just really just starts to light it up and just go crazy. It has to be stat-based, and he has to win for him to even be considered, or else we're just going to look at him like we never Paul George.
Is that unrealistic though, Shaq, considering how they develop up in Toronto? Like Toronto isn't a wasteland when
it is now. It is now. After that trade,
that's because they're rebuilding. That's why. It's because they're rebuilding right now.
If you're rebuilding,
I think they have a pretty good.
My bad, Damo. What you said?
I'm about to say I don't think they're a wasteland now. Are we serious?
No, I don't.
Not a wasteland. That was disingenuous. But when I look at that trade, and then I don't want to pronounce the GM's name wrong.
Jerry.
Yeah. And like the way he felt about Pascal, that's valid. But I still looked at that trade like, damn, we're just building for the future. Scottie's gonna be out of here by the time they're gonna draft another Scottie before.
Shaq. Scottie.
You think they're gonna lose him?
It's only his third season, and so this was my point to the whole.
I think they're gonna lose him. I do.
It's only his third season.
Dame taught us
to think that in 10 years, when he's 32, that he won't be a winner in this league or one of the best players after he's polished, he's fully developed. He's a grown man at this point. He's learned how to win. Now he has a unit around him that he can't dominate from 31 to 30, 34, 35. I think it's a high chance that Scottie turns into that type of guy. Also, too, though, the reason why the GM felt good getting Pascal out of here, the reason why he felt good getting OG out of here, the reason why he felt good letting Van Fleet walk, like, yo, I got Scottie Barnes.
That's tripping off your business, and it's cut.
Oh, and Shaq, real quick, because I'm about to dip out in a sec. But Shaq, another thing you said, could he be like? I'm not gonna lie. If you look now, a lot of these young hoopers coming into the game, a lot of guys that are getting drafted now, coming up now. Paul George is the blueprint for what you want to be as a basketball player. Tremendous two-way player.
I've yet to see another one. Cool thing to say right now on social media to big up Paul George, but I've yet to see another Paul George in anybody's game, similar to Kevin Durant.
In the NBA right now, I mean, fair, but Brandon Miller, I mean, he got a little PG to him in terms of his offense. I got to see his defense coming. Again, it's the younger guys. There's going to be guys coming in within the last 2 years and coming up now. There's a couple. I want to misspeak. I don't know if it was Gilbert's son or Carmelo's son. I think it was Carmelo's son.
Carmelo. He thinks he's dope.
Yes, Carmelo's son, Carmelo's son.
He might as well think his
dad is insane.
Like you might as well, because I'm sure Paul George modeled his game a little bit after Carmelo.
I mean, yeah, to a degree he does. From what I've seen, from watching him play the highlights and the games I've seen, to a degree he does. But there's also a little bit of PG to his game as well. Like that, watching him play, you can tell he's influenced by
20 years ago. So yeah, I'm with you on that.
But a lot of these guys coming up now, if you don't see it now, I promise you, there's probably a couple rookies who, if you listen to them say it, they got it in their game. And there's guys coming that's going into college, coming out of college in their junior, sophomore year. They all have PGs that guy. Which to us up here, to everybody up here, we're just like, I mean, Paul George is a good player. Don't get me wrong, but you would never think that's the guy that everybody's modeling to be. But to these young guys, in terms of a blueprint for a basketball player, Melo said this on the spot. If you talk about a pitch perfect basketball player, unless you're gonna break down Jordan, you're breaking down Paul George.
I like the Paul George because Paul George really brought it on the defensive end. That's the reason I really.
So Paul like George is clear as Kawhi. That's why I have a problem.
No,
with that.
I would never say that.
It's because of the way Paul George handles the ball. It's because of the way Paul George.
Okay, the fluidity.
That's the problem. Because Kawhi can handle the ball just as good. The only difference is Paul George is a little more flashy with it. Paul George dribbles the ball. You know, he dribbles the air out the ball, and as some of y'all already know. That's my biggest problem with Paul George. Just like, bro, you just dribble too damn much. Move the ball. You just standing there dribbling. I hate that shit with Paul George. But Paul George is cold, and he played great defense. I can't deny it.
Yo, I got a super chat to get to. Before I do this, want to let everybody know we will be on playback tonight. Come tune in. Chill and our very own Mars. They're going to be watching the Celtics. And who the Celtics play tonight?
No. What time is that at?
7:30.
Yeah.
7:30 Eastern?
Eastern. 3 a.m.
12:30
I wanted to catch that.
For me.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be a good game. Y'all got predictions on that game?
It's in Boston. They undefeated. So
Boston won.
Boston's 20-0 at home.
But
which is
Boston
crazy.
Yeah, I think that trend continues. Yeah, I do think that trend continues. So, and to that chat that you had up there, that Scottie Barnes would never be an MVP level player. I mean, what year is he in, Bron?
3.
So he's in year 3. I'm 100% confident we was not talking about Giannis Antetokounmpo as the league MVP in the future. No, we were not in year 3. We weren't. No,
and Giannis was nowhere averaging 20 points, nowhere averaging 20 or 8 rebounds, nowhere averaging 5 assists.
Yeah, I think he was averaging like 17
in his third year.
Even still. Thanks, Shaq. Even still, I don't think we was talking about Russell Westbrook in year 3 being the league MVP neither. I don't think we was doing that with him. So, I mean, it depends on how these dudes develop. And Toronto's got a real good developmental system up there, man. So I'm not ready to just like throw the towel in on Scottie and just say that he's just going to be an all-star caliber player. But to say that he's going to be in a conversation for best player in the league, because that's what I think about when I think about the face of the league. That's what I think about. I'm thinking about the best player in the game. And to say that he's going to be that good, I gotta see that part. I gotta see.
As of right now, he's far ahead of his peers, and that's when I think about this. This is what I look at. No, Mars in his class, I would say a year over him. In obviously the younger guys, I'll even go 2 years over him. He's top 10 in that class. And I'm expecting everybody, if the trajectory was to continue to go how it goes, older guys fizzle out, younger guys, let's just say they stay as good as they are. He's a top 10 player in the NBA. At some point, he will eventually be there. And I expect him to continue to get better. Obviously, you're going to have younger guys that come in, and it's going to be phenoms that come in, and they're good and everything. But 10 years from now, I expect him to be good enough to be better than those younger guys that come in.
I'm not certain he's top 10 from like 2020 onwards, but he might be. I'm not certain of it.
He's around there.
Yeah,
like if here's the thing: if all of those guys were to fall off, Scottie will be one of those guys that's contending for that in Eastern Conference Finals runs, even a couple Finals runs.
Maybe.
I
don't want to foresee if he's even going to stay in Toronto, so it's hard to predict these third-year players. But he's very good. I think he has the potential to be great. But face of the league, I'm one of the faces of the league. I don't know, but I think it'll be great.
Masai not letting Scottie go nowhere.
Well, it won't be up to him after year 7 or 8. It won't be up to him. He'll be unrestricted.
Yeah, I know, but you know, like Masai gonna make sure Scottie stick around.
We got a super chat from the kid Lee Dig. He said, Ron, I do not tell fibs. Dirk is the greatest mid-range shooter ever, and it's not even close. Percentages, field goals made. Look for yourself. Tell me I'm wrong. I'll spam the link in the chat for everyone to see.
You for sure start spamming.
Well, you only have the percentages from 97, so you don't get to see Bird or peak Jordan or anyone else from those eras. Like, so those guys, none of those guys even get to count if you want to go off percentages. And then I think percentage-wise, I'm pretty sure Kevin Durant has the best percentages.
Well, but this is the thing, though, Morris. Like, I have no problem with agreeing with what Leaf Diggy just said. Like, okay, yeah, Dirk, best mid-range shooter. But when you say things like, and it's not even close, that's where you start to lose me. Like, there's been a lot of great mid-range shooters in the NBA. So I could agree with you, Leaf, but to say that nobody compares or nobody's close, that's when that kind of, makes me,
think Jordan. He was better than KD.
Bird.
He's better than Bird.
He in my top 5 for sure, but I don't know if he's number 1.
The best ever. He was better than Jordan. He was better than KD. He was better than Bryant. Man.
Yeah, he in my top 5. But I'm not gonna say the best. But shout out to Doug though. He tough.
All right, y'all. Let's talk about some games that happened last night.
Yeah.
The Timberwolves, which was probably expected, beat the Detroit Pistons 124-17, and Edwards had 27.
124-17. Damn.
That's what it seemed like.
Everybody getting
124-117.
Everybody, big ops. Everybody we only scored 17 points. Everybody is fired on the spot. Everybody got to go. Goodbye. Get all of these dudes after it.
Let me stop playing with the Pistons. They scored 117. Jaden Ivey had a pretty good game. He had 32 points, 6 assists. How we feeling about Jaden Ivey right now?
He started getting minutes.
How about that, Mars? Wow. How about that?
He's
How about that?
He's the best offensive player they have left with Kato, in my opinion. Sorry.
How about that?
So, yeah, it's about time he got some minutes. I still don't know what Monty Williams is doing, but
Monty don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, I don't envy him. His roster's not great, but I don't know. I don't know what his plan is. But I want to talk about Marvin Bagley, so I'm just waiting for that.
I thought about Mars, you son of a, you know what? As soon as I saw him, I said Mars is going to bring up Marvin Bagley tomorrow.
Yeah,
Watch.
That's
Watch what's going to happen. Mars is going to bring up Marvin Bagley.
What about him?
The Pistons packed up Marvin Bagley when he's damn near the best offensive big they have on the team.
Yeah,
they packed him up. To free up money.
Man, Rock.
Yeah, he had a double last night in New York.
Man got me waiting in the back all this damn time. You gonna have me in the back? Watch back up here that fake Kareem, fake ass Dr. J, fake Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Why you run? Why did you run, Jack? You saw me in the back and you ran. Ron hold me in the back all this time. You holding a great one from coming up. The show finally got started. The showstopper's here. The main event. Y'all know what's up, man. Man held me in the back. That man Shaq running and hide, man. Stop running, man. And you too, Dale. Stop running, bro. And Chilltown. You got a day today, buddy. You saw what happened last night. I heard you capping in here earlier today.
What happened?
You saw Andy Edwards?
I did.
Did you see it?
Yes,
did you picture him rolling?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, okay.
You see me?
100%.
Is it clear to you?
He better than your boy Devin Booker. And he better than Tatum. Now put that in your place and smoke it.
Hey Ron, who did the T-Wolves play? Because it wasn't the Pistons.
The Grizzlies.
They beat the Grizzlies last night.
They played the Timberwolves, the Pistons a couple nights ago.
They beat.
What are you doing up here today, bro?
They beat the teams that they're supposed to beat. That's important. They beat the teams they're supposed to beat. But to answer your question, Ron, I had Jaden Ivey and Cade Cunningham before the season started. We talked about this. I thought they were going to be one of the best young duos in the league. And Monty Williams doesn't even tell Ivey that he's not starting them. Not only does he not tell him he's not starting them, he's getting minutes that are sketchy, and they can't really build anything together. I don't know what they're doing in Detroit, to be honest with you. I don't know what they're doing with them. I don't know what they're doing with them. And it ain't your job to side with me, Duke. That ain't your job. If we agreed on everything, as in the words of my grandmother, if we agreed on everything, one of us shouldn't be here. So it ain't your job to side with me. That's not your job, brother. No. You're not supposed to agree with everything that I say. And if you don't agree with everything if you do agree with everything I say, we got a problem. No. So no, that's not your job to agree to side with me. No. Absolutely not.
So in light of Marvin Bagley having 20 and 11 last night, now they did lose to the Knicks, but in light of him doing that, you think he's gonna have a breakout second half of the season?
If he plays, yeah, wasn't so junior, I mean, it's not like he's going to a great situation.
Mars, and I want you to keep going on this, but there's no reason why this dude shouldn't be playing 30, 35 minutes a night. No reason.
I hope so. I've seen Wes Unseld Jr. do some questionable things this season. So I believe Marvin Bagley was the best offensive big the Pistons had this year. And then I watched them start giving him DMPs to start playing James Wiseman. So I don't know. Maybe there's something behind the scenes. Maybe they were trying to see if James Wiseman could play basketball. I don't know. The answer to the second question is no, he can't. But Marvin Bagley now in Washington, with the bigs they have there, is Daniel Gafford and him and vibes. He should be playing. He should be playing. I think he's gonna. If they give him the touches, I think he can be. I don't know. I want to put like the numbers on it, but like 17 and 9, somewhere in that range. I think that's how good he is. I think if you get him the ball in the right spot, the issue is he can't pass, so you don't want him to try and self-create a bunch. But if you can get him the ball rolling or just on the move, so where he's already heading downhill, you have a hell of a player. And Marvin Bagley is a tremendous athlete that doesn't get enough credit for how good he is around the rim. So
you're saying that if he gets the attempts, hold on, young fella. You're saying that if he gets the attempts, he can do this and he can do that. And I heard you sneak this with the James Wiseman talk, but
it wasn't sneaky.
Why don't you tell people the truth? Why don't you tell people that James Wiseman ain't getting enough attempts? James Wiseman is shooting almost 70%. He's shooting almost 70% from the field. You come in here and tell people he can't play when he's not getting the shots. But you then come in here and say, Mr. Hypocrite, you will say, oh, well, if you get Marvin Bagley the ball in this position or in that position, I believe he can do it. Well, damn it, I believe that if you get James Wiseman the ball more in this position, that position, man, shooting 68% from the field, bro. Get him more shots.
All right, cool. And here's where the magic of watching the games comes in. James Wiseman didn't say he couldn't put the ball in the basket. The issue with James Wiseman is that he's the stupidest basketball player I've ever seen. He doesn't know what he's doing, so he shouldn't be on the court to try and get the shots he deserves. Marvin Bagley is actually good enough to stay on an NBA basketball court because he is not stupid out there.
So why did he lose his job in Sacramento?
Because the Pistons are one of the worst teams in the league. James Wiseman doesn't know
Sacramento. I said Sacramento.
James Wiseman can barely rebound. James Wiseman can barely box out. All James Wiseman can do is finish around the rim.
Hold on. That's false. Wasn't James Wiseman averaging a double-double last year, Marsh? Wasn't James Wiseman averaging a double-double last year?
You can ask any Detroit Pistons fan who watches more Pistons games than James Wiseman is good enough, and they will all agree that James Wiseman should be on an NBA court. Every single one. You're reading off his field goal percentage, which is all good, but you're not watching him. Because if anyone who watches him,
I'm watching him. Now let's speak in facts. Let's speak in fact. When he started for the Pistons last year, didn't he average a double-double?
And once again, we can go back to the stats.
Hold on, but you said he can't rebound.
James Wiseman play,
you just said he can't rebound, right?
Same thing that he's not good enough to play in the NBA. Anyone who's actually taking the time out of their day to watch the bad Detroit Pistons, which I know you don't want to watch a team that won 17 games last year and has won 4 games this year, because if you were watching them, you wouldn't think James Wiseman is good. James Wiseman might be able to get numbers if you put him in for minutes, but the issue is he's still terrible. He doesn't know what he's doing on offense. He doesn't know what he's doing on defense. He doesn't know what he's doing on either side of the ball.
Are you finished yet?
No, that's why he's still talking. So quiet.
So the whole point of my whole issue with James Wiseman is not the numbers.
You got your ass up.
Shut up and listen.
Like, he's so bad that if you put him on the court long enough to get 13 and 8, it's going to be even worse. But the fact that the Pistons are trying to lose, maybe they'll play James Wiseman more. Maybe because they ain't even trying to.
Here's why this man doesn't know about big boy basketball. Here's why this little and Shaq can laugh. You fake Kareem Abdul-Jabbar / Dr. J. You shut your ass up down in that comment section. You ran when I came in here. Now, let me cook your ass 3 the hard way. You said he can't rebound. That's a lie. He averaged a double-double when he started for this same Pistons team last year and was getting significant minutes. This year, first of all, how can you evaluate a player when he's playing 13 minutes, 16 minutes, 17 minutes, 15 minutes, 17 minutes, 15 minutes, 0 minutes, 0 minutes? How can you properly evaluate a player when he's not getting consistent starter minutes? So that's a lie. Secondly, the man's averaging 6 points and 4 rebounds in only 15 minutes. I didn't cut you off. Let me finish. That's the second of all. Third of all, the man is shooting 68% from the field when he does get shots and get in the game. So that lets me feel like maybe if we give him more attempts, like you said for Marvin Bagley Jr., that maybe we'll have higher production from James Wiseman like we did last year. But last year you said it didn't count when he averaged 12.7 points, 8.1 rebounds in only 25 minutes for the Detroit Pistons. You said that didn't count because you wanted it to fit your little Rudy Poo candy-ass narrative, but it doesn't, sir. It ain't going to be the other way. It's going to be this way. Now, the last thing I have to say to you, and I'm going to finish you just like this. Again, you cannot properly evaluate a player only playing 13, 14 minutes, 15 a game. You cannot properly evaluate a player doing that. So
how are you evaluating?
You need when he got consistent minutes starting last year, he averaged almost a double-double in 25 minutes, and Mars still shot that down. So it doesn't matter what James Wiseman does, Mars is going to have in his mind that this guy can't play. Who I'm going to listen to, him or the scouts that took him number 1 or number 2 overall? I rest my case.
Okay, cool. So many things. I'm going to leave that alone. First of all, you can evaluate a player playing 15 minutes because the same way you can be up here for 5 minutes and sound stupid. It didn't take long. We can watch someone for 15 minutes and see they aren't good. So James Wiseman playing 15 minutes a game, anyone who watches him play in those 15 minutes can see he is terrible. It's not about the stats, like I said 26 times, but you once again ran to the stats of his field goal percentage and how many rebounds he did and how many he did that. It's not about the numbers. I said that 26 million times. The numbers with James Wiseman can look great on paper, but the product on the court is terrible. Why is it terrible? Because he can't set screens. Why is it also terrible? Because he can't catch the ball. Why is it also terrible? Because he doesn't understand how to protect the rim and defend without fouling. Why is it terrible? Because he doesn't understand how to box out properly. Why is it terrible? Because he also can't shoot jump shots anymore. I don't know why that happens, but hey, maybe it's because he's out of rhythm. Why is it terrible? Because he can't pass the ball. Why is it also terrible? Because his ability off the ball is terrible. Many things he can't do that anyone who watches the Pistons will also tell you he cannot do. I will self-admit I have not watched all 41 of the Pistons games, but anyone who's watched more Pistons games than I have, and I know for a fact I've watched more than you have, will tell you the same thing about James Wiseman. He can't play basketball in the NBA. It doesn't matter if he shot 100% from the field. He's terrible. What he's doing on the court is not about the stat sheet. You want to talk all this hype about, oh, I'm an NBA, I'm a basketball player. It's about the intangibles, this. It's stuff that's not on the stat sheet. It's about the stuff you can see when you watch the game and not about what comes up on the box score. But here you go preaching James Wiseman's box score, and I'm trying to tell you it's about stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet that he can't do. That's what he's not doing. So if you want to bring up what he averages per 36 or what he averaged when he played 25 minutes a game last year, that's all fine and dandy, but that still doesn't acknowledge the fact that the things that don't show up on the stat sheet are the things he can't do on a basketball court. There's no stat for how many times can you fail catching the ball. There's not a stat for that. There's not a stat for how many missed screens do you set. There's not a stat for when someone is in the corner and you set a screen towards the baseline. You can't do anything for that because that's just someone being stupid. Like, there's no stat that shows up for that, but anyone who watches the Pistons play can see that's why he shouldn't be on the court. He should be in the G League, getting as many reps as possible for a team that maybe they don't care about the 14 Pistons.
Morris, he never put him
down. I didn't cut him off. I did not cut him off. I respected him. I respected his point.
Now, if they are trying to lose games, maybe James Wiseman will play more down the stretch because clearly the Pistons aren't doing anything this season.
Okay,
so maybe
I did not
James Wiseman will start playing 30 minutes a game because the Pistons are trying to lose. So maybe we might see something in 30 minutes a game, and you might praise James Wiseman for averaging 16 and 8 because he's going to play more minutes going down the stretch of the season. But if I still don't see the improvement on the stuff that doesn't show up on the stat sheet, I'm going to say the same thing. That's why last season his little numbers didn't move. Now I'm done.
You easy to beat. Let me counter everything you said because you're about to be extra done right now. First of all, you don't know what the hell you're talking about because you've never been in those situations to know what the hell you're supposed to do on the court because you've never been on the court. So your ass is just sideline talking like a lot of other people do. Secondly, I do watch a lot of the Pistons games because I have a vested interest in the Detroit Pistons because one of my best friends in the world is in the front office of the Detroit Pistons. So know your role and shut your damn mouth, jabroni. Again, now, like I said, James Wiseman was taken as a top pick in the draft for a reason. The NBA scouts see something in him that you didn't see. When you don't get an opportunity to go out there and have consistent minutes being a number 1 overall pick, you're not going to be able to fully develop your game. It's not fair to ask a number 1 overall pick to not be able to go in the league and have a legitimate opportunity to expand and play your game. I'm talking about a couple of years with legit minutes. He went into a situation with the Warriors where he wasn't getting big minutes and he got hurt. That's one thing. Then he started getting good minutes with the Pistons. You saw improvement, and they fired the coach. You bring in Monty Williams, and he listens to the shit you say, and they sorry asses lose 28 straight damn games with the bums they had in front of them. Make it make sense. So all of the stuff that you're criticizing him for not doing, all them bums, like in your words, because that's what it would be, that was in front of him, they must not have been doing it either, because they ain't lose not 1, not 2, not 10, not 20, but 28 games in a row, an NBA record in the history of the game of basketball. So again, if your ass ain't been out there in between the lines, little Mars, don't tell me about how to set a screen, how to pick and roll, where to set a screen, where to trap. Because, sir, before you came out of somebody, you know what? I was on the court playing this game, understanding this game, watching this game, sir. You, sir, are only a commentator. So you stay in your lane and commentate. Those guys out there in the court, and once again, I want y'all to hear something. Look how he said, oh, if he gets minutes and start averaging 16 and 8. No, I don't want to hear that. Last thing I'm going to say to you is this. In the NBA, all about opportunity for a lot of these players. Marvin Bagley Jr. with Detroit only played 18 minutes a game, 18 and a half minutes. So his numbers weren't going through the roof. He only averaged 10 points and 4.5 rebounds in 18 and a half minutes. He gets to the Wizards one game, he has 20 and 11 because he played 39 minutes. So now he's getting a better opportunity to actually play basketball. You're getting a better opportunity to actually have a feel for your teammates. You're getting a better opportunity to actually have a rhythm of the game and being putting 2, 3, 4 minutes here, 4 minutes there. You can't play ball like that and expect to see substantial growth from a dude who came in the league. You understand what I'm saying? Is the number 1 overall pick. Never got over 30 minutes a game coming in the league, which you rarely see from any of the other players because of the situation he came into in the league until now. So when he does get a team, if he does, that gives him those legitimate minutes, all the things that you're talking about will improve because those type of players who have those skill sets and actually have game, they tend to be able to improve as they go along. I can give you examples, but we'll be here all night.
Oh, wait, real quick, Mars. Before you go back in, Mars, I just got to know. Well, it's no way James Wiseman setting picks on the baseline.
But apparently, that's the first thing I was going to say. Apparently, because I haven't played basketball, I don't know that if someone is in the corner, you don't set a screen towards the baseline. Apparently, that's something only basketball players can talk about. So sorry, I might need to send the clip to Chill or Ox so they can say the exact same thing I said, and maybe we'll have some credence.
No, I've never played in the league.
Sorry for knowing how the game of basketball works. I don't need to be between the lines to know that's stupid. I don't. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I do need to be between the lines. Maybe James Wiseman.
Maybe first of all, you don't know what the schemes. You got to understand sometimes what the schemes. You got to understand sometimes what the schemes of the coaches and the teams are. Case in point. I'm going to give you a point. I'm going to give you a point to see why. This is why I say this is important. And Chilltown knows I'm telling the truth. Depending on who your coach is, your coach may have different schemes and different ways he attacks offense or defense. Meaning, you may see one guy make a move on defense and it looked like he messed up, but he's doing what he's supposed to do, but the guy who helped him not doing what he's supposed to do, therefore he looks bad. It all depends on the schemes and different things that your coaches are drawing up offensively and defensively, because sometimes, again, if one guy doesn't do his job, this other guy who did what he was supposed to do looks bad. So you don't know, you're not in the locker room, you're not in the film room to know what a coach's schemes are, what a coach is telling a player, how a coach is playing a player. You don't know what the scouting report is, what these players are being told. You're just putting it on the players. You don't need to do that.
There's no possible way. I don't care about no scheme. There is no possible way. You're telling me that you're going to have the ball right here in the corner and you're setting a screen on the baseline right here, man.
No, listen. Not on the baseline. Listen, hold on, Bob. Listen. It's not on the baseline.
You know you can't do that.
It's not on the baseline. You don't know. He didn't say whether the guy had the ball or not. You don't know if he's going to set a back screen for the guy to cut the baseline. You don't know what he's doing. You don't know if he's going to set a hold on.
And James
I would love to see the tape. Mars, you didn't specify anything. I would love to see the tape. I would love to see him play. Y'all both play back. Yeah, hold on, Bob, because I know you want to help him. I know you want to give him a credit.
Help nobody. I'm talking basketball. I'm not here to politic. I'm here to talk basketball. Was it an off-ball screen? Was it an off-ball screen?
No.
That's all I'm asking. I'm not here to take nobody's side.
Hey, Bob, you know I ain't lying. You are professional going against me.
Relax.
No. Because I'm gonna tell you something. You and I know. Hold on, Bob. If we're playing zone defense, and we have a certain scheme, and I'm telling this one player, look, you need to defend like this, and he does what he's supposed to do, and another guy who you told to do something else doesn't do his job, and this guy gets burnt or he looks crazy. Guys like Mars, who aren't in the locker room, who've never been in the NBA or a pro basketball locker room or a college locker room anywhere on planet Earth, he won't know. You'll look bad in front of the people. You know how many times I've seen guys say, look bad in front of people because they did something wrong or they blew an assignment or they didn't do what the coach asked them to do? How about sometimes maybe it's bad coaching? How about sometimes maybe it's bad?
That's cool. That's cool. That's a fact. That could be true. I'm not, like I said.
No coach anywhere on the planet teaches someone to set a ball screen.
So why Monty Williams lose 28 straight games?
No one teaches that.
So why did Monty Williams lose 28 straight games then?
Ticky, look, bro, relax.
No matter how bad of an NBA coach you are, you don't teach someone to set a ball screen on the baseline. You don't teach that. No coach has taught you that. I promise you, no coach has taught you that. Not one coach has ever taught you. If someone has the ball, you set the ball screen.
It's funny how you're quiet. When you know I'm telling the truth, Phil Town. It's funny how you're quiet, bro.
I'm just listening.
You know Phil Town. You listening when you was cooking with all telling you you wasn't listening. You wasn't listening then. You interrupted then. So y'all listen to all this crap. Again, Chill Town. Let me ask you a question.
I'm listening.
Let's be logical here, Bob. If a coach lose 28 games in a row, you ain't gonna question what the hell he doing.
Yes, you are going to question.
Hold on.
You are going to question. Yes, you
went to the Western Conference Finals, came back this year, won the in-season tournament. He loses like 6 out of 8 games, and everybody says he can't coach. But a dude who lost 28 straight games, you let some dude who never been in the locker room, never been in a film room, never been in any of these places come up here and talk about, oh man, this guy, he doesn't know what he's doing. No, you don't know what you're talking about. This coach lost 28 straight games.
I don't know what I'm talking about for saying no coach anywhere on the planet has ever said if someone has
coach ever lost 28 straight games,
don't set the screen on the baseline. He's coaching in the NBA, and here you are discussing with me, who's never been in a locker room, about the NBA. I think Monty Williams knows enough about basketball to know you don't teach someone to set a screen on the baseline. You don't teach someone that, because I'm pretty sure he knows more about basketball than all of us. So
fellas, we gotta move on.
Games that you suddenly know more than him, because I know no coach has ever taught you, or if someone has the ball in the corner, you don't set a screen on the baseline. No one has ever taught any of you guys, and that's all I wanted to get.
It's funny how you put it all on. It's funny how you put it all on James Wiseman. It's funny how you put it all on James Wiseman, but a coach that lost 28 straight games, and you won't even question whether or not he got bad schemes or he got bad ideas. Man lost 20. And listen, hold on.
My whole point is, no one has ever taught anyone who's ever played basketball from 19.
I swear,
it was the BAA to now to set a screen on the baseline. No one's ever taught
Mars. I swear I love you, young fella, but I'm gonna tell you something. And this is where you be condescending. You got to understand one thing. I swear I got love for you, bro. A coach lose 28 straight games, bro. You said you've never seen that. We've never seen that. So that goes to show you something. How many times, Chitchat, you've been in the locker room and the coach said something, you like, man, he ain't right. This ain't what we need to be doing. You see something different on the court, but he's telling you to do this. Now we're gonna do it like this. Do you have to listen to the coach because he controls the minute?
But Ticket though, look. If I'm on the court and the coach tells me to go to the corner while he has the ball and set the screen with my back to the baseline so he can go to the baseline, I'm like, coach, I'm not doing that.
Yo, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. That's not the point that Ticket's making, though. That's not the point that Ticket's making. You guys, we all get it. We all get it. That was dumb. He should not have done that. That's not what Ticket's making. The point that Ticket's making
James Wiseman.
No, okay, no, we get that. That was stupid out of James Wiseman. Nobody should ever do that.
Do you get that?
No coach teaches that.
No, but you're not hearing me. You're not. Hold on, Mike.
I heard you.
No.
Do you get that? Do you get that? What James Wiseman did say on the screen on the baseline is right.
Which is valid, Mars. But to Ticket's point, coaches can screw players up. 100% that they can, especially a coach that you got 28, almost 30 straight losses. He might contribute. He might contribute to what James Wiseman is doing. Now, don't get me wrong, Mars. I've said it to you, to your face. James Wiseman looks lost out there. He looks like he doesn't have a clue what he's doing. I've said that. However, a coach that's got your team that far in the dirt, he may be contributing to that, and that's Ticket's point.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying, bro. Like, you don't know what he's doing.
I've never said James Wiseman can't improve. That's never. No, my point has never been looking forward of James Wiseman. It's about what James Wiseman is right now, and what he is right now is terrible. And I said, no, I'm not, because I said James Wiseman coming out of high school and then he went to Memphis and only played 3 games because of the whole issue with them paying him under the table to come to Memphis and he couldn't play. I said he was coming into the league not ready. He shouldn't have come into the league after 1 year where he only played 3 college games. I said that messed up his development from day one. Then he went to a team that was trying to compete. That messed up his development instantly again. I said all of these things. I said he's been in terrible situations for his development. Then year 2, he didn't even get to play because he was hurt. I said that hurt him too. I said many things as why James Wiseman has struggled developmentally in the NBA because he hasn't got the minutes, because he tried to play for a team that was competing when he was still basically a high school player who had no college development, no NBA development. He was trying to play for a team that was trying to win. I said that messed him up. Then he missed his whole second year. I said that messed him up. Then he came in his 3rd year. The Warriors, after just coming off a championship, they were still trying to compete. James Wiseman was still not ready. Then they traded him to Detroit, one of the worst situations in the NBA. He started getting some minutes and he could finally start learning on the job. He was still terrible throughout all of this. I said he was always terrible because he wasn't ready to play in the NBA. I've never taken away from the fact that he has potential down the line. I never said it was his fault entirely that he's terrible. All I said was he is terrible right now. You can give all the context you want for why he's terrible, and I'll agree with you. He hasn't been in great situations. The Warriors was a terrible fit for him, and they took him based on potential and what they thought they could do with him, and they were wrong. Then he went to Detroit, and they're one of the worst teams in the NBA. They finally gave him minutes, and he still wasn't ready to contribute to winning basketball in the NBA. He's still not ready. I can understand the fact that he's in a bad situation, and he doesn't play as much as maybe you think he should, but the fact of the matter doesn't change that he's still bad. All I'm saying is he's bad right now. Not he's going to be bad.
Coaching, let me ask you one question, Mars. Do you think coaching matters?
Right now, he's bad. That's what
Mars, you said that. Mars,
no, I'm asking you a question. No. Hold on, Till. Mars, do you think coaching matters?
Did you don't listen to the last 2 minutes?
Because listen, because if you agree with me, then you can't evaluate a player like that if he hasn't been in good situations coaching wise. Let's take a look at one thing.
So terrible, right?
Steve Kerr, he was handed the Golden State Warriors team, didn't give him KD. That's one thing, right? But when we look at some of the other guys that Steve Kerr had, he has been unable to develop these guys, and these guys have been unhappy. Jonathan Kuminga, who was picked to be a big-time player coming into the league, who wants out because he's lost faith in this coach that they call a Hall of Famer and all this type of legend and all this other foolishness. But then when you look at some of the coaching that's in the league, Mars, look at how some of the coaches have wrecked players. Look at how some of the coaching strategies and stuff like that have held players back from being what they could be. You can have multiple NBA players that come in here and tell you that in the NBA, a lot of this stuff is politics. So if you're not in their plans, a coach can wreck what you do. A coach can tell you to go. Chill, know this. A coach can tell Chill to go in a game. Maybe Chill can get buckets. A coach can tell Chill, go in a game. Chill, don't shoot the ball. All I want you to do is play defense. You wreck Chill Town. So now to the average eye, to the people who are watching, Chill can't do nothing. He can't shoot. He can't do nothing but play defense. That's because a coach have put us in the same thing as we grew up. Bob know this. Bob's 6'8", 6'9". I'm 6'9". He know when we go in the gym, coach say, hey, go to the post. Don't ever shoot no outside shots. You stay right there in the post. Well, first of all, if a player can actually shoot the ball from the outside and post up, you halfway paralyzed the player because you told the player what he can't do, so you put him in a box already. So all I'm saying to you is this, Mars. When you said that James Wiseman is bad, we don't know if he's bad or good because when he got time, his numbers improved, his percentages were solid, but we don't know if he's had bad coaching. But we do see that the coach he does have lost 28 straight games. And the other coach he was with that year, I don't even think they made the playoffs that year. So I'm talking about the year he played when he first came in. So like I said before, bro, at the end of the day, you had to stop saying this about some players and understand the situation because a player like him could go play for Rick Carlisle and his game look completely different. He could go play for one of these other coaches, like the coach from OKC, and his game looked completely different. We were sitting over there getting on. I was getting on Popovich all in the beginning of the season. What they talking about on Gil's Arena yesterday? How Popovich is washed up and old and ain't getting it right. I've been telling y'all this from how he was using Wemby to start the season. These are all things that sometimes affect the player's growth and development on the court. So yeah, a coach may tell you. I've had times when coach told me, we had all kind of crazy schemes in basketball that you didn't see. But he told me to do it, and to the people that's watching, oh, he's crazy. You don't know what he's talking about. But this is what the coach told us to do. Bob says he wouldn't do it. Bob has to be on the bench. So if James Wiseman doesn't do what he's being told, he's going to go to the bench, bro. But here's the thing, and I'm going to leave it to you like this. What about all the other players that did do what the coach said do? And they still was losing 28 straight games. When you lose close games like that, we call that coaching. When you lose that many close games they lost down the stretch, we call that coaching. When you lose 15, 16-point leads on multiple occasions during the season, we call that bad coaching. So why can't we put more of the conscience on Monty Williams, who said, why we don't put that on Monty Williams more so than we say James Wiseman? Because listen, if Wiseman gets to a situation to where he can actually have a coach that's actually going to use him and play him to his strengths and actually kind of give him that guidance he needs, all of this stuff that you're saying is bad may look a different way in a different system, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I said the same thing in 2 minutes that you took 10 to say, but I get it. All right, move on.
It's time to get to these January power rankings. Y'all see the title of the show. Obviously, we weren't here January 1st or 2nd or 3rd and so on and so forth. But we're here now, and it's time to make this happen. Now, this right here is December's power rankings, but I just wanted to put it up there so we could see how it's going to fluctuate and how it changes. As you can see right now, we got the Celtics were 1, Nuggets, Sixers, T-Wolves, Bucks, Thunder, Magic, Mavericks, Suns, and Kings were the top 10. I'm going to go ahead and erase these, and we're going to start from 30 and go all the way up to 1.
Hey, Ron, it ain't nothing but a bunch of jockstrap sniffers in the comment section. I hate every last one of y'all, so just remember that. You hate me, I hate y'all too, so it's an even exchange. I don't like any of you dudes, so it is what it is. You pay to come hate on me. You hate.
Surely you like one person.
No, I hate all of them. Every last damn one of them. The hate, they can all go straight to hell.
See? All y'all had to do was like ticket. Now y'all done punched y'all ticket. Y'all first class ticket to hell.
No, I'm serious. I don't like any of them. None of them. And I stand on business. And I ain't going nowhere. I'm standing right here. So you can say I'm crying. I ain't going nowhere. I'm right here on business. Every day you see me.
Does anybody have a slight inclination who could be number 30 on this list?
It's going to be the Pistons, but I'm putting out there right now I voted for the Wizards.
And he's not lying. Mars voted for the Wizards. Well, yeah, this isn't really hard to assume. Pistons.
You said the worst team in the league?
Yes.
At 30.
The Pistons.
Mm-hmm.
Does anybody have a slight inclination who could be 29 on this list?
Washington.
I have Memphis.
Well, yes, it is the Wizards. We got the Wizards coming in at 29. 28, I think it's pretty easy to assume too, but
I had the Spurs.
I had Washington.
I think 28.
Do we have a hold on? Do we have a? I think we got a super chat. Let's get to that. Hold on.
Oh, Ron.
Oh, hold on. I think we got a super chat we got to get to right now. My fault.
Pip named Slickback sent through the super chat and said, I have a question for the panel. Using ticket standard for judging basketball, if an NBA player came up and said Derek Fisher was the GOAT, should we believe him?
I didn't say you had to believe him because he played basketball. I didn't say you have to believe him because he played basketball. And you must not be a pimp and you must not have a slickback. So what I said was, I'm not going to sit up here and be disrespectful to guys who actually been between the lines. I can disagree with you, but I don't have to be condescending and disrespect you because you was actually in between the lines. So whether or not, in the same way Bob knows this and Chill knows this, if an NBA player comes up here and says something they don't agree with, they're not going to disrespect him. They're going to respect the fact that he went between the lines. What y'all do is y'all disrespect dudes that have been in between the lines. Y'all will come up here and talk all that stuff when y'all don't like what Chilltown say and disrespect Chilltown, and Chilltown got to go off on y'all. But Chilltown actually been in between the lines. I don't disrespect dudes who actually went out there and put it on the line and got in between the lines. I don't disrespect them cats. I can disagree.
Ron, go back to that chat that you just saw, that this dude just said, quote, if I'm going to make sure that I'm not that one. This dude just said, y'all don't watch every team to have a power ranking, but okay. Okay, first of all, we halfway through the season. We don't have to watch every team's every game, but we've watched every team. Yes, we have. Just like Mars has watched the Wizards. I have watched the Knicks. Big Ox has watched another team. We have all watched every team. We might not watch every game from every team, but yes, we have watched every team. That's our job. What do you think we're doing up here?
On top of that, the biggest context to a power ranking is winning. So if a team is clearly losing a whole lot more than another team, then more than likely that team's going to be closer to the bottom.
And Ron, but Ron, but here's the cap with these dudes, right? You just said that, right? Look where the Lakers are ranked at, and watch where people put the Lakers. Look where they're ranked at by their wins and losses, and watch where people. Bob is going to tell you the Laker media cartel. Watch where they put the Lakers versus where they ranked at.
Where do you think the Lakers would be? Let me look on this list.
In that right there, 21, somewhere around there.
You think they'll be 21? And what, you think they should be higher or lower?
No, they should be right around 21.
Right around 21. All right.
It's crazy, but what's crazy to me though, Chilltown, is people assume they know what we doing outside of these 3 hours. Like we on here for 3 hours. Y'all, you know what I'm saying? Y'all see us on here for 3 hours and assume I know what this person does in his life. Like, but you don't know us, man. Fuck out of here. We don't know what y'all do in y'all life. We have no idea what y'all do on y'all life. Y'all don't know what we do in our life.
We just come up here and we just talk. We ain't doing no homework. We ain't doing nothing.
Boston and Denver game.
Tiki, you hang out with Pookie Bear all the time?
Yes, we are doing.
Yeah, I don't get down like that.
The only team I haven't watched, I'm not gonna lie, the only team I didn't watch this year, I probably watched like a quarter, is the Utah Jazz. I haven't seen the Jazz play this year like that.
You're missing out on some real hoops. Colin Sexton looking like a hooper right now.
But that's the thing. I already know Colin Sexton and Lloyd Marketing got game. I just haven't really checked out the Jazz.
And hold on, shout out Jordan Clarkson. Mars, go there. Look what they were saying about Colin Sexton before he went over there, and they sent him to hell over there in Utah, thinking his career was going to be over with. Now he's coming off the bench. He's on a new set of coaching, and now look at him. They said this dude was a point guard, Chilltown, that didn't know how to run the point. He couldn't. He didn't know how to set up an offense. None of this stuff. Now look at him under new coaching with the Utah Jazz. Completely different looking player.
Yeah. All right. At 28, we got the San Antonio Spurs coming in hot. 27 on the list.
Got to be the Hornets.
Mars got it. It's the Portland Trailblazers.
Oh, under the Hornets?
Yeah.
I guess.
Wow.
Next on the list,
Memphis.
We have Mars. Do you have the list?
No, I'm just guessing.
Yeah, well, you've guessed the
Hold on, Ron. How does Memphis? Hold on, Ron. Let's be honest. How is Memphis underneath the Hornets? Memphis is better than the Hornets.
The whole team's injured. That's why.
No. I'm saying no. But Memphis is literally better than the Hornets even right now.
Not right now, they're not.
Chilltown, they still have 15 wins.
Okay, 5 of those came with Ja. 5 or 6 of those came with Ja.
Hold on, they've been winning games since Ja left. Again, they got hurt. They still been winning some games.
I don't think they won.
This ain't standings though. This isn't.
I think they have a winning record since Ja left. If I'm not mistaken, you can pull it up, Mars.
I'll take your word. I believe you.
Yeah, no. Since Ja left, I think they're like maybe 3 or 4-2, something like that.
They were 6-19 when Ja came back.
Yep.
And then since then, they're now 9. They're 9-7 since Ja came back and then left again. But I don't know their record since Ja left again. I don't know. But they're 9-7 since the Ja come back and leave again.
15 games, they've won 9 of them. Oh, 16 games. I'm sorry, they've won 9 of them since Ja came back.
Right, and then after Ja left, the last 7 games. What's their win-loss record, Mars? The last 5 or 6 games. All you gotta do is pull it up. It's right there.
I could tell you in the last 10 games that the Grizzlies are 5-5 and the Blazers are 6-7.
Giants been out for 10. Yeah, so they've still been winning. That's better than the Hornets. I've been watching the Grizzlies too because I thought they were just gonna fall apart.
I'm going off it being January and the month isn't over, and I think they go in the tank. By the end of this month, I think they at the bottom of the Western Conference.
They're 3-3 since John left again.
Yep.
Right. I disagree, Chill. I think they're gonna fight, Chill.
I think they're gonna be at the bottom of the Western Conference by the end of this month. And it's just the reason why is because this is just one of those seasons for a team. Like whatever can go wrong is gonna go wrong for them. Whatever.
The next team is the Hornets, right?
Yes, it is. And to provide context to kind of the what's comparing the Hornets to the Grizzlies, the Hornets are 1-9 in their last 10 games.
Thank you. But they go against me when I tell the truth, Bob.
But LaMelo just got back. What, last game? 2 games ago? I think it was last game. That was his first game back.
No, I think he's been back for 3 games. I think he came back last Friday.
Okay. So LaMelo, they haven't had their star player, but we'll see. We'll see. I do know that Your Highness Charles just sent through a $10 super chat that we must address. He said Ticket has a valid argument though. Look at my Nets. Spencer Dinwiddie is shooting 35 from the field, and he starts while Cam Thomas keeps getting his minutes decrease. Coaches got their agendas.
That's why me and Mars said yesterday about the coach over there. What's his name, Mars? Yeah, they gonna fire him. He gotta go. Sorry, I hate to see a brother lose his job. He gotta go. The biggest mistake they made was not hiring Ime. That was the biggest mistake they made. They should have said, "Forget that girl. We hiring Ime. I don't care what nobody said."
Good decision. Good decision.
Of course, Mars gonna say that because he's coaching his team.
That's okay. I hope the Houston Rockets are next, Ron.
Oh, we know.
No, the Sacramento Kings are next.
Nah, the next team. I think the next team should be the Brooklyn Nets.
Man, free DeMontis. Free DeMontis.
All right. Well, at 25, the next team is the Charlotte Hornets.
Oh yeah, I meant after I thought we'd already put the Hornets in. Yeah, I think now it should be the Nets.
You think it should be the Nets? Does who else do you guys think it should be?
I got Atlanta. I think Atlanta's worse than them.
The Kings.
I think Atlanta is worse than the Nets.
All right. Well, the next team is the Toronto Raptors.
Yeah, Nets or Toronto. Yeah, Nets or
Wow.
Toronto.
Y'all got Toronto under Atlanta?
That's right.
They lost Pascal and OG.
Right, but they still compete, bro. Atlanta has been horrible, bro.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the list, we have
got to be the Kings.
The Atlanta Hawks.
I thought it was Golden State.
Don't do that shit.
I thought it was Golden State. They check it. Them dudes.
I'll go Golden State around here. I'll go Golden State around here for sure.
Man.
I'm just waiting for the Nets to show up because the Nets.
Oh, wait. My apologies. And we actually have a lot of ties on this list that we have to break.
You missed it over?
The tie right now that must be broken is between the Hawks and the Brooklyn Nets. So
the Hawks right there, bro. The Hawks got no reason to be losing how they losing with Trae Young, bro. And I know you love Trae Young, bro, but to have Trae Young on that team, bro, and to be as bad as they are, Ron, I would have took a torpedo to that whole roster, Chill Town. Ain't Trae Young got to go. All of them, we starting over, bro.
It ain't too late yet. Ticket still got what 3 weeks?
Nah, it's over with. It's over. But I watched them.
I mean, it ain't too late. I mean, it ain't too late to blow it up. Like the trade deadline ain't till February 8th or 9th, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you're gonna draft Bronny and bring LeBron, then I'll keep Trae Young. Other than that, nope.
All right, y'all. We got to take a vote. Who do y'all got? So Ticket said he's taking the Hawks, or he's basically taking the Nets. He's voting that the Nets are above the Hawks. Chill, Mars, Bob. Can I get you guys' answers?
We're voting which team is better.
Yeah.
Oh, the Hawks are better.
I got Atlanta above Brooklyn.
Hold on, did Atlanta beat Brooklyn this year? See, now watch this.
Oh no, I do remember that.
Hold on, no, don't say nothing, Mars Blackman. Now, Ron, pull up the head-to-head because I want to see if this is cap right here. Pull up the head-to-head real quick with Atlanta.
The Pacers be beating the Bucks. Big odds.
I was right. They split.
Wait a minute, though, Ticket. Wait,
wait a minute, bro.
They split. I remember watching
great
games.
So even if they
down to the wire, they split.
Let's just say for the sake of argument that's true, right? Let's just say for the sake of argument what Ticket talking about is true. And Brooklyn beat Atlanta. They played them 4 times and they beat them 3. They beat them 3-1. So are we doing the same thing with Indiana and Milwaukee?
Yeah, they're better than Milwaukee right now. Hey, Chitchat, and not only that, I'm gonna tell you this. I agree with Ron. If that little boy they got is healthy, they beat Milwaukee right now in the 7-game series because of Lane Dollar.
Just so you know, Ticket, they 7 games over 500 without Halliburton in the lineup. Just want to put that out there.
No, but you're not hearing me. That's what I'm saying. If Harry comes back, yeah, bro, I'm picking them over Dame in the series right now, bro. I don't want Dame to play them in the series right now, bro.
Yeah, I agree.
I think the Hawks are better. So that's my.
All right, so who do you have?
I do too.
All right,
I got Atlanta over Brooklyn.
So Atlanta takes the cake, and Brooklyn is 23, and the Hawks are 22 on our list.
And it's just because Brooklyn has absolutely nothing going for them. They have no bright spots.
They got a 28-10 dude. What the hell going on? They don't got no bright spots. They got a 28-10 dude. What the hell? They got an all-star. I thought you said Atlanta. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm talking about
the Nets are living off the fact they started the season good. They've been terrible for like 2 months.
Yes, they have.
Yeah, and you can blame Mars. You can blame all that on Jock Vaughn.
That's not all on him, but besides.
No. I'm giving him 90% of the blame.
He's screwing up that kid.
Yeah, probably 90%,
bro.
He's screwing
up. I'll give him like 72.6% of the blame.
72.6.
Mars, can you go to 73? What can I get you to go to 73%?
The reason I'm not at 73 is really because I think Nicholas Claxton should just be better. So I'm holding him accountable. So that point 4 is the fact that I believe Nicholas Claxton is trolling. So that's why I'm not giving out a drop on Claxton. But
Mars, he has no consistency with how he has no consistency how he use that roster, bro.
He consistently doesn't give Cam Thomas minutes.
Consistent,
man, bro.
All right, y'all. At 21, you guessed it, the Golden State Warriors.
The Lakers.
All right, that is our bottom 10 teams as of right now.
They ain't right. They ain't that far from a ticket. Don't you worry. They coming up. Do not worry. They are coming up.
At 30, we have the Pistons. 29, the Wizards. 28, the Spurs. 27, the Portland Trailblazers. 26, the Grizzlies. 25th, the Charlotte Hornets. 24th, the Raptors. 23rd, the Nets. 22nd, the Hawks. And at 21, the Golden State Warriors. All right, y'all. At 20, let's go ahead and get to it. Let's get to it. Yeah, is correct.
I had
you have the Chicago Bulls.
Oh, I was right?
Yeah. The Chicago Bull Jives.
And the Lakers should be right there above them.
It probably will be the Rockets. So probably be the Rockets.
I got the Lakers at 19.
Do you have any wild predictions who could be next?
The Kings.
Well, y'all coming up too, Big Ox. You just hold on. Don't you worry about that.
I'm tired of these fucking shit, man.
We got some people in the chat that are fortune tellers. My list must have leaked to FIFA Boy and Dookie Blaylocks. The Houston Rockets.
They wouldn't be here if I put Houston number 1 again. That's the only reason they fell this low. It's because I didn't put the number 1 this time.
The Rockets are at 19. 18.
The Lakers.
The Lakers, bro.
Orlando.
Not exactly.
What?
Orlando have been falling off. And I don't want to say it, but Markelle Fultz, man, I'm disappointed in him.
Looking tricky with Markelle Fultz. Yes, it is.
Yeah, man, I believe in Markelle.
They still better than the Lakers right now, bro. They still better than the Lakers right now, bro.
Well, on our list, it's one team that's not better than the Lakers, and it happens to be the Utah Jazz. They are not.
What?
How is the Utah Jazz? How they that low? They won 9 out of their last 10 games. They rolling.
A lot of people are like, "Oh, they ain't watching."
Right, Utah's rolling right now. Colin Sexton, y'all dudes talk about the 6th man of the year. And I know that it's mini Mac sauce. Yes, I do understand that. Yo, Colin Sexton averaging 24 games like his last 12 games off the bench.
Yes,
he's doing work up there, yo. I love what they doing with Clarkson. I love what they doing with that Laurie Markkinen and that big guy. I love what they doing.
And they talking about trade Laurie. I wouldn't trade Laurie for nobody. Yeah. Why I'm trading him? We ball.
Not only am I not trading Laurie, I ain't dealing with Danny Ainge because I'm gonna lose my shirt, I'm gonna lose my pants, and I'm gonna lose the keys to my car. Hell no. Nope.
Yo, losing everything is crazy.
Not trying to hear that.
All right. Back to the list. You guys have been mentioning this team this whole time. And
yes, Brandon, 22 and 21 is rolling. When you won 9 of your last 10 games, hell yeah, that's rolling. Yes, that's rolling.
Yeah, they completely turned. Remember I told you that, Chill? Remember I told you the Utah Jazz going to catch up? Remember I told you? You was like, oh, no, man. I told you. I
wasn't on that Utah Jazz train. I
told you, though. I said, yo, Utah and Memphis going to catch up. You was like, they ain't going to catch, because I told you they was going to catch the Suns. That's what I told you.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Ron. As you were saying.
Next on the list is none other than the Laker media cartel.
All right.
Lakers down the list at 17. 16. Do we have any predictions?
Sacramento.
Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando.
I had Sacramento at 16.
All right. It is indeed the Orlando Magic.
Yes, sir.
Trademark our votes, man.
What happened to that defense in Orlando? Like they were a top 3 defense for like the first month of the season. All of a sudden, they just fell off the earth.
Yo, where's Dabo at right now?
I don't want to
trademark your folks was a problem.
It was.
You remember that? You remember that, Chitchat? When I'm like, yo, get them point guards, they need it better. Everybody was, no, what are you talking about, Ox? They're on the same trajectory. Man, get them damn point guards up out of there.
No, I don't know. Franz being out is a big impact, but
that's very big. Obviously.
But Markel, man,
they need to go get DeJounte for real.
If they could get DeJounte, that'd be cool.
The Magic.
If they could get DeJounte,
what about?
I don't know if DeJounte and Paolo want to be friends, but
they'll be all right.
Oh, that wasn't.
They'll make up over the summer here in Seattle.
We can get over that.
Yeah, that wasn't no thing.
We can get over that. That ain't no big deal. We can definitely get past that.
Keeping it pushing at 15. How does the bottom half of this list look to everybody in the chat? You guys agree with the bottom half?
It looks about right to me, honestly.
Yeah, it's the right teams. I just have the Lakers above the Magic.
So it's no team right now that's in that 16 through 30 that should be in the top 15.
I don't think so.
No,
I think Houston's top 15, but that's
I don't see
Mars,
anybody in the chat going
fan bias hat off, Mars.
We going a little run.
Mars.
We start losing games all of a sudden, and we're just bums. Like,
no, you're not bums, but that's what happens when in the month of January. I'm glad you brought that up too, man. I know we got to go, but
we just went on a 6-game road trip. We haven't had a 6-game road trip in like 25 years. Like,
and how'd that go, Mars? How'd that go?
Yes. But in our defense, we played a bunch of good teams on that road trip. It's not like the only bad team we played was Detroit, and we beat them. Every other team we played were good teams. We played Boston, we played Philly, we played the Knicks, we played the Heat.
And how'd that go? And how'd that go?
We lost to the teams that are better than us.
Which would explain why you dropping the power rankings.
Yeah, but we should be below the teams that beat us, like Miami and Boston and Philly and the Knicks. I don't get how we end up behind Orlando. I don't know how that happens. We're better than Orlando. We're better than the Lakers, but I digress.
I do have you ahead of the Lakers. I did. Yes, I do. I definitely had you ahead of the Lakers.
Hold on. Didn't the Lakers beat the Rockets, though?
And we beat them by 50.
That did happen.
All right, y'all. Getting back to it. This one's kind of surprising. It's not really surprising to me. I just think this team's better than that. But if you just looking at things and the way they've been playing, I don't know. But we got the Phoenix Suns at 15.
Correct. India at 15. I had India at 15. But all right.
This is a good place for the Suns.
Bro, they got bailed out by role players.
15 means a lot of people had them very low.
Ron, they got bailed out by role. They've been getting bailed out by role players, bro. I don't trust Phoenix.
That's how role players are here to do, Ticky.
Hey, not get 29 points and save you.
Mars, you actually had the Suns the highest.
Yeah, I had them like 6, I think.
Yeah.
What? No way did I have them that high. Hell
Mars, how in the hell do you have the Suns?
No
because
way.
I think there's only 5 teams better than the Suns.
Mars, come on, bro.
It's not that lot. No, from a talent standpoint, that's where he's going, Ticket. It's not
from a talent standpoint. I think they're top 3. I just think
no, but you can't be from a basketball standpoint, though.
Okay.
But what you know what I'm saying? What you're seeing put on the court.
There's only like 3 teams maybe.
The Kings gave them a game where Mike Brown had to go with his thick ass glasses to the post game press conference and show the computer, bro.
That was against Milwaukee. That was against Milwaukee.
I'm not judging.
Oh, that was another game they got cheated. That was another game they got cheated about. That's right.
I'm not judging these teams off their record, so I don't even know what the Suns' record is. Like I didn't look at any of these teams' record when I ranked them. The Suns
4 games over 500.
The Suns are 22 and 18. I didn't rank any of these teams based on their record. It's based on how good they are.
I don't think Beal's playing up to his level. I don't think that they fit. I just think they lack up where they need pieces. I just think that they're going to get caught up in the playoffs against a good. I think if they run into Minnesota, they're going home. They run into Minnesota, the Clippers. If they run into Minnesota, the Clippers, the Nuggets, that's an automatic trip home.
Those are all teams I had in and around Phoenix. Like that doesn't mean anything to me. Now, if you said the Mavs, I'd be like, oh, okay, because that's the team I have below Phoenix. You're just naming teams.
I think the Mavs could beat them in a 7-game series, but I wouldn't bet all my money on it. But the other teams I wouldn't bet $1.
Yeah, so my point is I have them above those type of teams. You're saying they're worse than the contenders.
Well, check it out. I have them going 7 games with Sacramento. I would say Sacramento's a 7-game series, a hard 7-game series, and I couldn't pick who win that series. It depends on who had home court. 7-game series for that. Then you look at the Lakers. That's a hard series for them. That's not an easy series. That's a 7-game series. Then you look at the Houston Rockets. If they get up there, I got them over Houston in 6. I ain't gonna front. But those other teams, Mars, it ain't, man. They got it hard. Mars, I don't see it how you see it, brother.
Fellas, we are in a very awkward predicament right now because with our power rankings, this is the first time that we've actually had a 3-way tie. And so how we're going to do this is, chat, I'm going to put up a poll, and you guys are going to vote for who's the best out of the 3. And then the remaining 2 will choose up here. But the 3 teams that we have right now are the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Indiana Pacers, and yes, Ox, the Sacramento.
I'm saying you know the chat gonna hate. You know the chat gonna hate on
Cleveland's the best. Cleveland's the best. Indiana's the 2nd, and Sacramento's the 3rd. That's easy.
It's really
I think I said my power ranking before the Siakam trade.
I had Cleveland 15.
Mars, do you believe in the Cavs this year?
No.
Believe in them to do what though? Ticket. What are we talking about? Believe in them to do what?
More than what they did last year.
I do. I believe they can get out of the first round. I do believe that. Yes.
Honestly, I think Cleveland is the worst of those 3. Personally.
Are you serious? They've been rolling.
Yeah, they won their last 5.
Rolling.
I'm not so like in the power rankings. In the power rankings, if we're talking about just like what's going on right now and what happened the past week, that's cool. I mean, but I still think the Cleveland is the worst of the 2 teams. Though.
So Cleveland's 8-2 in their last 10 games, and they are currently on a 6-game winning streak.
6 games. That's the best in the NBA.
Sacramento Kings are 4-6 in their last 10 games, and currently on a 4-game losing streak.
Garbage.
What about the Pacers, Ron?
The Pacers are 7-3 in their last 10 games, and well, they're on a 1-game winning streak.
It should be Cavs, Pacers, and the Kings then.
Let's
the Kings keep losing, so Bob got to get my money. Because Bob gonna pay. Bob, you're gonna have to directly pay that dude walking around here with the S curl. What's that boy's name that was in here yesterday?
Who's talking about? With the S curl?
Jalen?
Ricky Tan, the fake ass Ricky Tan.
No, got no S curl.
He got a dry S curl. What's his name?
Jalen.
Yeah, you just pay him.
The Kings. We about to have a better record than the Lakers. We about to have a better record than the Lakers, and the Warriors about to miss the playoffs. I'm up.
Bob, when the Lakers pass y'all, just pay Jalen directly. That way he cut off out of the money I'm gonna owe him.
That's not even the math don't even add up. You and Jalen got $1,000 bets. We got
no, I'm saying, but I said that'll cut out the money that I owe him. So like, how much you bet? Like 200 or 300?
It was 2.
Right. So then you give him that. So then I owe him 8. And I get the other 100 from Ron when I beat him in the bet we had.
But we gonna have a better record than the Lakers.
What bet? Ticket. What bet do we got?
Ticket at the black table. Hold on. Let this go, Ron. Ticket at the blackjack table. He at the roulette table. Then he at the craps table. That's where he at.
Ticket. What bet do we got?
Me and Ox got another bet for $100. Ask for Ox. He got it written down on that paper. So me and Ox got another bet.
That 200.
And me and you got another bet, Ron.
That 200.
What bet do we got?
Ox wants my suit.
Say what? What you mean? What bet we got?
Lose that bet.
You forgot?
What bet?
Bro, you know what bet we got, man. Stop fronting, man.
Yo.
You was betting with Sacramento too. Now you forgot? I'm gonna pull it up on the video for you, bro.
Ticket, I really don't know what bet.
We got two bets. The first bet you lost on Double or Nothing. You lost that bet with Indiana, and then we had a bet on Sacramento too.
Sacramento doing what?
You was jumped on Bob's job strap, saying Sacramento was going to have a better record than the Lakers at the end of the season. We put 100 on that.
It was Memphis.
Nah, Ticket.
No. We had a bet. Me and Ron had a bet, but the bet was Double or Nothing over the Indiana game.
Right.
See what I'm saying? We had to bet on Memphis, but it was Double or Nothing over the Indiana Pacers game that night. They lost to the Bucks. So, but
Ticket,
then we have another bet.
500 on that.
Man, you lying your ass off, man.
Ron trying to get you, Ticket. He trying to get you.
Check this out. The way you was in New York chasing Shiloh around, that's how I'm gonna be in the Dominican chasing you around.
I'm not even gonna lie. I ain't gonna cap though, bro. I hate to say this, man. I need Wemby to get a season in the injury, man.
That's crazy.
Ticket, you have to cut it out, yo. You got to come off that.
I don't want to pay Jalen, bro. I don't want to pay Jalen, bro. I will pay anybody else. No, I will pay anybody else. I don't want to pay Jalen, bro.
You got to come off that bread, Ticket. I'm sorry.
I don't like Jalen. I don't want to pay Jalen.
We got two super chats, so we got to get back to this list, though.
Yeah.
Your Highness Charles said, I think the Suns have become pretty underrated. The Suns have 2 elite and 1 good shot creator. That factored in with their defense being top 13 the last 10 games. I wouldn't write them off.
Nope.
Again, they go in the playoffs with that. If they go in the playoffs with the 5th or 6th seed, they're done. They going home in the first round. If they got to play 1, 2, or 3 in the first round chip, they going home. Maybe even 4.
Enough. I ain't fighting that.
Honorable sent through a super chat too. He said, the Mavericks have been proving everyone wrong all year, and y'all still sleep on them. Shaking my head. They whooped Phoenix in 5.
They just got annihilated by the Lakers the other night.
And they got blown out by you. And they got blown out by Utah a couple of nights ago. What are we talking about?
We still haven't even put the Mavs on the list yet.
All right, y'all. It's looking like the Pacers won the poll. So the Pacers will be, let me see. The Pacers will be number 12 on the list, but we got to decipher who's better out of the other two for 13 and 14. So we got the
Cavs is better, but Ron, you're rigging the poll. I've noticed that ever since you pushed that Pacers talk, that everybody on here loves the Pacers all of a sudden.
Ticket.
I'm not drinking.
We just trending right now, baby. We just moving up.
You pushed that Harry talk over here, bro. You pushed that, bro.
Honestly, I thought about rigging everything and pulling a Mars and making the Pacers number 1 on the list, but I don't want to tamper with, the real rankings and all of that. But we got the Kings and we got the Cavs, though. I need y'all votes. Who are y'all taking? Chilltown.
Yeah.
Cleveland.
Okay. Chill and Ticket got Cleveland. Mars?
The Kings.
Ox?
Mars, I hate you, bro.
Wait, Mars, what you say?
I got the Kings.
You said Sacramento. You got Sacramento.
Oh, Mars. I got the Kings too.
What?
I would run another poll, but that's gonna take too long. So I'm gonna just be the tiebreaker. And Ticket, I need my money because I got the Sacramento.
You going with the Kings? Yeah? I already know you going with Bob, man. Y'all scumbags. I already know. I know how y'all operate.
Check out Mars. What?
All right, number 11 on the power ranking. Who do we got? We got the Miami Heat.
That's sad too. They should be higher too. They should be higher. Team went to two NBA finals in 3 years, and they streaking right now. You know they're gonna be back in the mix again this year.
Yeah, that's way too low.
It's too high or
low?
No, it's too low.
He should be up. Where you guys think they should be?
They're in the top 10.
Yeah, they're around top 8.
I had them at 11. I had them right outside the top 10.
I think I had them at 8. I think.
Chill, time. Why you don't have no respect? Chill. You gonna come off that? I know what. Chill. You are a scumbag, bro. I know why you doing that because you're a little Boston Celtics, bro. You a scumbag, bro.
No, that's not why.
They gonna beat them again. Chill. They're gonna beat them boys again. They're gonna beat them again. They're gonna demand your respect. You know, just like Anthony Edwards heard that shit he was talking the other day, and he came on and did what he did again last night. He heard what you said. My people told me that.
I'm sure he did. I'm sure he heard what I said.
I got the word to him. I got the word that Chilltown was up here.
I hope he heard that. I said that he's going to be the league MVP too. I hope he heard that too, because I did say that too. I said that he's going to be the best 2 guard in the league too. So I hope he heard that.
Thoughts and predictions on number 10 on the list. Who are you guys thinking?
New Orleans.
Oh, New Orleans ain't even been okay. Yeah, I guess.
Bro, he should have been over New Orleans, bro.
I just assumed the Pels had already been listed. That's crazy.
Nope.
You guys are right. It's the Pelicans.
The Heat over the Pelicans. The Heat below the Pelicans. Yeah.
Let me see who was high on the Heat and who was high on the Pelicans. So,
Miles, again, we're talking about this isn't throughout the entire season. This is the January power rankings. Like, this is what we're talking about right now. So, I mean, they won 7 of their last 10. They're rolling right now.
But that didn't matter for that didn't matter for none of these other teams, too. That didn't matter for the Jazz. If that's the case, the Jazz should be over there.
And the Jazz absolutely should be higher. I had them higher, 100%. They should definitely be higher. 100% they should be higher. They holding teams below league average in terms of buckets. Again, you guys know how I feel about Herb Jones. He's been awesome for them defensively. Fantastic.
Hey, shout out to my boy Dub in here calling out the cap with Mars yesterday too on Open Gym, man. Dub, I love you, homie. Salute to you, bro.
What cap did I?
Oh, you remember yesterday, Mars? I see everything.
I tied with Chill in the AD soft debate.
No, but you were saying you thought I lost overall. Chilltown, they was talking about it.
I literally said no. See, that's not even true. I said Ticket won the LeBron MJ debate. I said Chill won the final debate.
But tell them why you said I won that, though, because you was capping. You had hold on, but you see Mars. You're slick. I hear Mars. I hear everything. I hear your voice.
I literally said I think it was a tie.
You said no, but tell them why you said that though. You said, and I heard you say that. You said, oh yeah, I give Ticket the LeBron MJ debate because that's a common debate. Everybody picks MJ over LeBron, so I give the Ticket.
That's not even true. What I said was I'm gonna give Ticket the LeBron MJ debate because I haven't seen the debate, but everyone seems to agree that Ticket won it. I haven't actually seen it. The only one I'd seen was the one we watched yesterday, the AD soft one, and I'd seen the trade one myself. But I said if everyone is unanimously agreeing that Ticket won the LeBron MJ one, I'm not going to argue with them if I haven't seen it.
Didn't I cook Chill on that one, Omar?
I just told you that we tied.
I just said I think you guys tied. So I said I think the overall debate was a tie because Ticket won the LeBron MJ debate, Chill won the last one with the trades, and you guys tied in the first round. So in my opinion, no one won overall. You guys tied.
I want to win your knee. Why you ain't pick me?
Because I think you guys tied.
Supposed to pick me, dog.
Anyway, as you were saying, Ron,
I picked you, Ticket. Just let you know, Ticket. I voted for you, Ticket. I picked you.
Yeah, man. You ain't supposed to pick no Chilltown, man. Who the hell picking Chilltown, man?
Everybody picking.
I think you probably would have won if you actually picked a trade for the last rounds instead of trying to convince everyone that KD got traded to Warriors.
Who the hell picking Chilltown?
All right, so at 9, does anybody have any wild suspicions who could be at number 9?
Actually, I had Dallas at 10. Actually, I had the Knicks at 10. I did not have Pelicans at 10.
How was Dallas this high?
I don't know how the Mavericks are above the Heat.
I had Dallas outside the top 10. I had the Knicks at 10, and at 9, I had New Orleans.
All right. Well, next, with no further ado, we have the New York Knicks.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I had them at 10, and I had the.
So is the next team the Dallas Mavericks?
Nope.
The next
Mars,
team.
that's another All NBA for your boy Julius Mars. Mars, Mars be hating, and Julius be racking up All Stars, All NBAs, and Mars still be hating, boy.
I haven't hated on Julius Randle.
Julius Randle's a baller.
I haven't hated on Julius Randle this year. I think Julius Randle's got better. I've said that many times.
You're gonna wait till the playoffs. We know.
I don't think he's gonna be as bad in the playoffs this year.
But he's still gonna be bad. So what you're saying, Mars, is that he's not gonna be good. He's gonna suck less. That's what you're saying.
I don't think he's gonna play at the All NBA level, but he might. But I don't think he will.
He's gonna be that's gonna be the difference in him winning and losing. He's gonna be the difference in winning and losing.
And by the way, Pirate wanted me to chime in on the Sacramento Kings and Miami Heat. Word for word, he said Sack is so mid. What? He said y'all were laughing when I had Sack at number 15 last month. Where do you have them now?
I want to know if Pirate gonna be laughing when he has my money at the end of the season. Ask him that. He want to tap in and talk shit, man. Jump on the panel, Pirate, but make sure you have my money.
Is Pirate a real pirate, or did they just call him Pirate?
Probably both. He probably used to be a pirate.
He messaged me, aye, mate. So I'm assuming that it's something along those lines. But he also wanted me to chime in about the Miami Heat. He said, I told y'all last month this is a middling team. Hate to break it to you. Congrats on a decent record versus the easiest strength of schedule thus far.
Yo, hey Ron, my phone just went off. I damn near jumped. I said, "Oh shit, that's Pirate."
All right, here we go. Number 8. I think it's pretty obvious. The Mavericks are next. All right, number 7. We have another tie, and it must be broken. Can you guys guess the 2 teams that are tied for 6
Milwaukee?
Okay,
no.
No, don't put Milwaukee down there, chill. Because Milwaukee, they've been balling. They beat y'all by 40.
Mm-hmm.
So the
tie and a couple of nights before that, lost to the Jazz by 15, and they was down by 30 at home. So
yeah, but they still got one of the best records in the league.
Yeah, that's why I call them fool's gold.
Bro, you sad, bro.
I'm just saying, chill. Sometimes you could be flying fool's gold as long as they don't put that diamond tester to you. You'll be all right.
That's why it's called fool's gold, Ron. So you rock
it. Don't take a shower.
Test it.
or live in Seattle.
What you doing is you putting the spray on you. You really funky as hell. You just trying to cover it up.
Man,
that's really what you're doing.
Still some good smell good. All right, but the 2 teams that have to break the tie right now for 7th and 8th or 6th and 7th on the list is the Los Angeles Clippers and the Philadelphia 76ers.
Oh, Philly's over the strippers. I got Philly over the strip. I don't trust the strippers. They strippers.
We just talking about right now. Like, we ain't talking about them going in deep into, because I'm out on the Clippers. But as of right now, they got the best record in the league since I think over the last 20 games. They only lost 4 games. They rolling right now.
Yeah, but what you call just beat the champions the other night, and then B put up 40 something.
Hey, but
yes, sir.
Imagine. I just wish there would have been somebody around to tell us that the Clippers were going to be okay. I wish there would have been somebody there to say, you know what, just give them a little time. Put Russ on the bench. I just wish we had somebody.
Wait a minute. I'm 100% confident that there was somebody around that was telling us that they were going to be okay. I'm sure of that, Big Ox. I'm certain that there was somebody that was telling us that the Clippers was going to be really good. In fact, are
we judging them by the regular season or postseason?
I think that was you.
I think that was you.
Are we judging the strippers in the regular season or the postseason?
That's what January is.
I'm judging them the same way we're judging everybody else. What's happening right now?
Oh, okay. Well, when I judge them by the postseason, and they're gonna get stripped down again like they always do.
Okay, well,
let's not judging them in the future.
Let's not judge anybody then. Let's stop doing this right now.
Ticket can see the future.
Erase the whole list, Ron.
No. I'm saying when me and you. No. I'm saying when you said that, but when me and you got into it, that's what I was talking about.
Right. With that being said, I was saying, let's just wait till March, wait till April.
You did say that. You did say that. I give you that credit.
All right, y'all. We got to break this tie. We got the Clippers and the Sixers, and I just got to say, get this right, otherwise Mookie might be knocking.
Who got the better record, Ron? Who has a better record?
Better record as of right now. Philly is 26-13, and the Clippers are 26-14.
Well, I got to go with Philly then. Philly just beat the defending champ, and Embiid gave him 40. I got to go with them. And Embiid has missed just as many games, if not more than Kawhi.
No, he has.
So
not.
I think he's missed. Embiid only has 7 more games than
Embiid has missed more. Okay, Embiid has missed more. He's missed more games than Kawhi Leonard. He has not missed close to what Kawhi Leonard is.
So I'm saying they still have a better record than them because of the losses. So what I'm saying is that, and they just beat the defending champs.
Just so you know,
they got half a game on them. Ticket, come on, bro.
Yeah, 7-7.
Right, but I'm talking about they just beat the defending champs. That's what I'm saying. They big.
I understand that. I understand that, but that means nothing to me. Not only that, the Clippers been dealing with Russell Westbrook all year. So
and that's been going well. And they won 8 of their last 10. And Kawhi Leonard, as of right now, if we keep going the way we going, Kawhi Leonard is on pace to play 70+ games this year. Just so y'all know. He hasn't done that.
On top of that, we know what Kawhi does to the Sixers.
Yeah, so he hasn't done that. Give me the Clippers. I'm taking the Clippers.
All right.
Y'all disgusting. Hey, y'all do anything to go against these boys.
Clippers ticket. They won 8 of their last 10 games. They're rolling right now. They got the best record in the last 20 games.
What has Philly done? What has Philly done in the last 10 games, Ron?
So, and what has Philly done? So Joel Embiid has been out of the lineup. Instead of being 6-4, Joel Embiid has been out of the lineup 7 of their last 11 games, and they lost 4 of them with him out the lineup. That's not going on. That's not going on with the Clippers.
All right,
hold on, talking about they lost. Hold on, the Clippers did lose when Kawhi was out, so stop lying, sir.
But they lost. That's not a lie. Ticket. They've lost. What you missed. You just missed what I just said. 7 of their last 11 games, and B's been out the lineup. They lost 4 of them. That means they're under 500 with him out the lineup.
Right, but I'm saying so we're grading him.
With him in the lineup. He's only lost. He's only missed 4 games this year. That's it.
Well, guess what? Technically, I'm right. Because if the season was an NBA, they ranked over them. Sit your ass down.
Yo, so the Clippers are taking the cake simply because we had a split up here on the panel, and a poll was already running miraculously. Somehow it was just up there. And the Clippers are running away with the poll right now. The fans are taking the Clippers too. So as of right now, we have the Clippers at 6 and the Sixers at 7. But, fellas, we have another tie. And it's between the Thunder and the Bucks.
Oh, that's easy.
What?
That's easy.
The Bucks and the Bucks.
It's the Bucks for sure.
The Bucks better than the Thunder, but the Thunder, come on, man. Ron, you know how biased this crowd is? If you told this crowd to choose the devil or a ticket, they'll choose the devil. That's how bad this crowd is, y'all got.
Do you want me to run that poll ticket? I won't do it without your consent.
They will choose the devil, bro. This is wrong with these people, man.
Nah, for real, run there, Ron. I got to see this.
if ticket obliges, I will run that poll. Otherwise, I'm just going to run the poll. Who's better than Thunder?
Please give your consent for that. Please.
I'm not lying, bro.
Who would you choose?
These people pick the devil over me. I'm trying to tell you.
I'd love to hear that. Who would you choose? Devil or
I mean, chat, you always can spam emojis, and it could either be the horns emoji or it could be a ticket. But as of right now, I'm running a poll.
I gotta get in the shower, boy. My fucking pits, man. It's humidity down here. It's killing me.
It's a good thing
the
that
humidity is your breath. Yeah. But all right, Thunder and Bucks, y'all. Who are we taking? Chill
The
Town.
Bucks. Oh,
Mars got the Bucks. Ticket got the Bucks. Ox got the Bucks. Chill Town. Who do you got?
Oklahoma City. They better than the Bucks.
Okay, see
what?
Right.
This dude's a hater, bro. This dude's a hater, bro.
They better than the Bucks.
Hey, chill. You a hater, bro. You are a hater, bro.
Them dudes are fool's gold.
Straight hater, bro.
I'm not buying it. Ticket. I am not.
I feel you on the Bucks being fool's gold. Chill. I swear I do.
I just picked them to win the chip last year.
Yeah, right.
You talk about last year. That was before they made that crazy trade.
Hold on. So are you saying that for us because of Dame Dollar Chill?
Yes.
And they lost Grayson Allen.
Okay, I'm with Chill on that. I'm with Chill on that.
That's it right there. Yes.
But look, my thing about
ain't got nothing to do with Giannis. I want to make sure we clear on that. Ain't got nothing. Giannis playing at an MVP level. He's awesome. Just so y'all know, Damian Lillard, I think over the last 3 games, he's 29% on the long ball, 4 for 18 in 3 of the last 5 games on the long ball.
Hey, when it's time for it to go in, it goes in. Right out.
No, it ain't.
But this my thing though, Chill. Like, okay, see, like them, you know, like they like them gold-plated necklaces you get at the middle of the kiosk in the mall that make your neck itch. That's okay. See, they not even, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I didn't say Oklahoma City is winning the NBA championship. Hell no, I ain't saying that. I'm in January 19th, 2024, Oklahoma City is better than Milwaukee.
nah.
That's as far as I'm going.
Can't do it.
That's where I'm going. That's as far as I'm going. I ain't
talking
going
about you got a crazy rash on your neck because that necklace. I mean, I know we all had one of them at some point in our life. I know I did.
All right. Believe it or not, I hate to bore you guys once again, but we have one more tie for 2 and 3. And it is between the Nuggets and the Wolves.
That was a weak ass drum roll, first of all.
You got me next time if I need one.
Hold on, time out. How is it between the Nuggets and the Wolves? And the Wolves had one of the best records in the league.
Got the best record in the Western Conference. Number one.
Still trying to jockstrap it with them Boston Celtics, man. You're disgusting.
Ticket, you just talked about.
Oh yeah, Boston's number one. Yeah,
we talking about Minnesota. They got the number one record in the Western Conference. Like you just said, like how was between them and Denver. Yes, Minnesota got the.
Yeah, because that means Boston's number one, and we're battling for number two.
I don't respect y'all. Y'all them dudes over the. Y'all got the Boston Celtics, man. Come on, man.
We ain't even talking about the Boston. We talking about Denver and Minnesota right now. That's
Boston is number one, and these teams are battling for number two. That's why.
Why not, Ticket?
Bro, Boston should not be over them, man.
Why not?
Mark, you think Boston's the best team in the league?
You just picked Philadelphia
over tonight on playback if they're the best team in the league.
Ticket, you just picked Philly over the Clippers because they got a better record.
Yeah, but Mars, I'm asking you right now. Do you think that the Celtics are the best team in the world right now?
I have the Boston and the Celtics beating the Denver Nuggets tonight on playback. Join me in show.
No, but do you think they're the best team in the league right now?
I think we should find out at 7:30 Eastern.
I'm gonna ask you one last question. Do you think they're the best team in the world right now?
In the world, no, but in the NBA, yes.
Okay, so do you think they're gonna win the championship this year?
No.
They're the best team.
I think Jason Tatum's gonna get injured.
Ron, this is cap. I'm telling y'all about. Go ahead, Ron.
How are they not? I think Jason Tatum's gonna get injured in the playoffs. How's that make them not the best team because their best player gets injured?
Go ahead, bro.
I think the Wolves are better personally. I got the Wolves.
All right, Ox got the Wolves.
I got the Nuggets.
One for the Nuggets, one for the Wolves. Two for the Wolves, one for the Nuggets. Chilltown. Minnesota takes the cake.
Mars is disgusting, bro. Y'all boys hate me that bad, bro.
I want to see that poll. Ticket or the devil.
They're gonna pick the devil.
That's what I've been waiting for.
That's the poll I want to see. I want to see the poll. Ticket or the devil.
I tell you, bro.
If you got Ticket standing next to the devil, which dude are you picking?
Man, listen, they going into the everlasting fire, bro.
Everlasting fire is nuts.
Hell of a 10.
Bro, hey, listen. Hold on, I got a question for y'all.
Hey, I got strip clubs in here.
Hold on. Let's be honest. Only one person up here think the Celtics gonna win the chip. What?
Oh, it's two.
That's me, brother.
You think they're going to chip 2 hours?
I've been saying that. I've been leading this.
I think they're gonna run a couple of them off. He don't just think they're gonna win it this year. He think they're about to run a couple off.
In the next 5 years, the Celtics getting 3 of them.
I'm just going this year. That's it. This as far as I'm going. I'm just going this year. I think they win in the NBA championship.
Ron, you think they're gonna win the chip, Ron?
The Bucks are about to that same game that we seen the other day.
The Bucks.
That's what that playoff series is gonna look like.
That showed me all I needed to know. That showed me they can get to that level. All I need to see is could they get to that level defensively and play like that against them.
And Chris Middleton back too.
They did.
That's what I'm trying to say. But I've been trying to say that. Give Chris Middleton the ball. They're not gonna win because they ain't want to shoot 15 threes a game. It's not like they're not good.
I told y'all that last year. Y'all said I was capping though, Bob. When I told you that this past summer, y'all said I was capping when y'all was trying to get Dane to go to Miami.
I didn't say he was capping. Ticket. I did not. No, Ticket. I was with you on Dame's play style and how I feel about his play style. I wasn't mad at Dame wanting to leave Portland. That's where we wasn't seeing eye to eye. You were saying he was ducking the grind. I was saying that man deserved.
Do you agree with everything I was saying to you now? No. Listen. Do you agree with everything I was saying to y'all now that y'all see what he looked like with Milwaukee? Do y'all agree when I said that it was because of him and his lack of leadership that those teams?
No, I don't feel that way. I just feel like he deserves. I feel like he earned the right to want to go somewhere else. I don't feel like Damian Lillard is a championship point guard in this situation right now. If they, you know what I'm saying? I think Dame's a baller. I just don't think he is what most people think he is. And that's
if he's not a championship point guard in this situation, then he'll never be a championship point guard in any situation. This is for a point guard of his caliber. This is quite possibly the best situation that you're going to ever get.
I don't think they're going to win. Ron, I don't think they're going to win. So okay, that's cool. It's no disrespect. It's just like I felt like Dame earned every right. I believe he played his heart out in Portland. I believe he brought the city of Portland everything he could bring them. I felt like Dame played his style of basketball. They didn't build the best teams around, but I was excited to see Dame go to. I think if Dame went to Miami, I would have Miami winning the championship.
What?
Yes.
Mars, correct that, Mars. Mars, this is why I don't like you, Mars. You don't have no vitriol when you know he capping. You don't say nothing.
There's a level of defense that you have to play at the lead guard in order for you guys to compete and win the NBA championship. There is a level of defense that you have to play. Steph Curry was not an all-league defender. Steph Curry would compete on the defensive end. Damian Lillard, on the other hand, he's shown time and time again that he would not do that, which is why he got sold. And the reason why is because you can't just outscore guys because you're going to run into Steph Curry in the playoffs. You're going to run into Kawhi Leonard in the playoffs. You're going to run into LeBron James in the playoffs. And you have to be able to defend at that level if you want to at least compete. And he didn't do that.
But Dame, Jimmy, and Bam win in the ring. Dame, Jimmy, and Bam, they win it. And that's just my opinion. I feel like if Dame would have got to Miami, that would be my hands down favorites to win the championship. Dame in Milwaukee, I don't see it.
Fellas, we'll pick back up on the Dame talk next time we pick back up on it. But I got a few super chats that I do want to read. Call Me Casual said, my Wolves will draft Bronny with our late first this year, get LeBron, and win their first title. LeBron will then become my GOAT. Until then, it's Jordan.
LeBron will be your GOAT for winning 5 when Jordan won 6 in lesser time.
That's incentive for your ass right there, boy.
It's not Bron's fault that Jordan was a quitter, bro.
Alan R said, Mars, last night Dub said you're easy work on the court. Is this true, or is it another case of Dub being, well, L-Dub?
And
both can be true, too.
I mean, I was out there in slides, so I think Mars Stockton provides good impact.
Mars, the only reason that Dub felt that way is because Dub had an elite point guard giving him great backdoor passes. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is.
You know what I would like to see, Ron? Mars one-on-one versus Bama. I want to see Bama.
Bama would beat me for sure. I can't dribble with my left hand.
I want to see Bama put that wood paws on Mars.
I'm leaving. I'll open gym next. I'm not staying for the last minute. I'm not. No.
Focus, Mars. Mars, Hey, focus, brother.
Mars know what time it is.
Is Mars running from the grind or the wood?
You should have did ticket. You done ran the boy over.
All right, Ron, you tripping. I'm going with Mars.
You don't want Bama to lay that wood on the Ron.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm with Mars, man.
Bama hit him in the Bama hit him in the post. It's over with.
Unbelievable.
Hey, Drink More Water sent through a super chat and said, reminder about my super chat about last offseason moves. Drink More Water Monday. We will get to that. Also, too, if y'all come up with good topics for the show, I mean, well, discuss it. It just got to be good topics like Drink More Water. But we're going to do that on Monday. Appreciate everybody for tuning in today. Like the video on the way out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
But wouldn't Bama post Mars up, though?
No, he literally, yo. Bama like, no.
All right, y'all. Monday, we're going to see y'all. Play back tonight.
Trying to tell y'all.
Bama when them thick boys.